You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM.
Could we rise again as a nation?
What do you mean, could we rise again as a nation?
Okay, because the state of the country.
What do you mean by the state of the country? I don't understand that. Explain me.
Right, the country have plenty money.
Plenty money?
Yeah.
How you know that? So you have to tell me I have a child. Tell me now. How you know that? Gentlemen, thank you for the day. I can't really understand that.
Oh mama, oh yo. My nation is giving prophecy unfolding, judgment incoming. I love you still, mommy. When will it end? Tell me, how did we come this way? Oh my Trinidad and Tobago. Whilst the nation still hope and pray, the devil busy, I say. Oh my Trinidad and Tobago. Oh no, I'm feeling the pain for you, mama. Revelation strikes at your corner. Still we are holding on. Your children have lost their way, fighting for survival each day. Oh no, going from dawn till dawn. What is happening to my country? Every day is a sacrifice. Flowing like water daily. Lives could be lost at any price. The anthem is now a whisper. Some don't care to stand when it play. The lawless is now in control, so the good folks going away. Oh, my Trinity, strange signs all around we have. The hills are alive in a different way. Your babies are dying, brutally I'm seeing here. Would we rise again from what they, Oh, the mighty dollar, now cast a spell of uncertainty. Oh, my Trinidad and Tobago. You see, when the rich is getting richer, the poor must remain empty. Oh, my Trinidad. No, that's and Tobago. I say, oh no, people balling for pain and hunger, inflation, cost of living higher, can't get no daily bread. So the youth them on top the hill, somehow their bread basket don't fill. Oh no, so they turn to crime instead. The arms of the state disappointed, still their salaries are daunted. Large increase in the fiscal budget, oil money reach an all-time high. Don't buy no jet for so much of money when the hospitals are in need. Poor people at everyone's mercy, so the hill reacting indeed. Oh no, yeah, the people cry, yeah. The hills are alive in a different way. Them who take in we money must pay for it dearly one day. Could we rise again come what may? Yeah. How could we truly excel in the midst of all this suffering? Oh my no. Tell me, like Shadow said, poverty is hell, so it seems like the devil is king. Oh my Trinidad. No. Cocaine and guns in the heart of the ghetto is what we sow, we shall reap tomorrow. Who are we going to blame? Even school children doing crime, well, that is a sign of the time. Oh, my lord, have we now gone insane? Whilst we kill, we own one by one. Skyscrapers going up in town. Chinese laborers at the core. This new city some shall see no more. So we have to hold on to CPEP 10 days and must to get along. Scraping the bottom of the barrel with all this money in town. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. My Lord, the hills are alive in a different way. You have to do more for the people. Better wages to ease we struggle. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Could we rise again, come what may? Yeah. In this abundance of wealth, still the poor people cannot cope. Oh my Trinidad and Tobago. It is a stark reality. So much of even a hope. Oh my Trinidad. Oh my Trinidad. And Tobago. Oh my, oh no, oh no. Some turn to vagrants in the city. Homeless children begging of mercy, Lord. Child abuse have risen again. Look like Jean and Dinah come back in tongue. The girls and them singing the song. To survive by any means necessary, dignity gone down the drain. Some say the leaders have failed to do right for one and for all. When there is an imbalance of the scale, then the writing is on the wall. If you ignore the plight of the people, well, the devil shall intervene. It's only divine intervention. I hope you know what I mean. Well, is it true that God is a Trinity with all these crimes in sweet La Trinity? No, no. The hills are alive in a different way.
Population gone, rent control, jail control.
And is it true we have all this money in this land of so much poverty? No, no. The Lord is my shepherd, come what may, yeah. To you the powers that be, hear the cries of the people you see. All this wealth and nothing for we. No, 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 no. Because of living is too high. This little money the poor can't buy. Oh my. Oh my, why? There must be a way. There must be a way. There must be a way to help the people today. I say, there must be a way. There must be a way. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done. From Genesis to Revelation, in my Father's house around many mansions, to take care of 1.3 million natural resources, he made provision to feed this nation. Look, we have oil and gas, it's lake and mass, and calypso, Chucky and limbo. When there is no property, crime would decline naturally, then we could live in harmony. My holy Trinity, yeah. I love you, mama. I love you, mommy, yeah. My
keep me as the apple of thine eye. Hide me under the shadow of thy wing. O Lord, my Savior. It's so hard to deal with personal struggle. So sad when you feel alone in your trouble. It's real hard when you want to talk to a brother. It's so bad because of how some look at you after. So Jesus, come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be. Cover my head. Satan want me dead. Cover my back from human attack. So Jesus, come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be. People see you smile, but don't hold the hurt that you're feeling. Even as God's child, At times your heart does be bleeding. Where can you go when you're really looking for healing? Who know how to flow when your soul needs some restoring? So Jesus, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover me home from evils unknown. Cover my feet so I'll never retreat. Oh Lord, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover my brother, cover my sister, them who under pressure. Cover the preacher, every church worker, the young believer. Cover the worship leader and intercessor, every gospel minister. Cover. Jesus alone is the one who has the real answer. The one on the throne is the true and loving Father. He will hold your hand and keep you from going under. He will make you stand and let you know he's a fixer. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover me, man. You know the struggle sometimes. Cover me mouth, that the wrong thing wouldn't come out. Oh Lord, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover the Christian in the midst of aggression with the power of your right hand. Jesus, cover them helpless children. Jesus, defend them. Send help from heaven. Jesus, cover all them radio station that blessing the nation. Grant divine protection. Jesus, cover me.
Truer words were never spoken. The less you associate with some people, the more your life will improve. Anytime you tolerate mediocrity in others, it increases your mediocrity. An important attribute in successful people is their impatience with negative thinking and negative acting people. As you grow, your associates will change. Some of your friends will not want you to go on. They will want you to stay where they are. Friends that don't help you climb will want you to crawl. Your friends will stretch your vision or choke your dream. Those that don't increase you will eventually decrease you. Consider this. Never receive counsel from unproductive people. Never discuss your problems with someone incapable of contributing to the solution, because those who never succeed themselves are always first to tell you how. Not everyone has a right to speak into your life. You are certain to get the worst of the bargain when you exchange ideas with the wrong person. Don't follow anyone who's not going anywhere. With some people you spend an evening. With others, you invest it. Be careful where you stop to inquire for directions along the road of life. Wise is the person who fortifies his life with the right friendships. If you run with wolves, you will learn how to howl. But if you associate with eagles, you will learn how to soar to great heights. A mirror reflects a man's face, but what he is really like is shown by the kind of friends he chooses. The simple but true fact of life is that you become like those with whom you closely associate, for the good and the bad. Note, be not mistaken. This is applicable to family as well as friends.
Yes, do love, appreciate, and be thankful for your family, for they will always be your family, no matter what. Just know that they are human first, and though they are family to you, they may be a friend to someone else and will fit somewhere in the criteria above. In prosperity, our friends know us. In adversity, we know our friends. Never make someone a priority when you are only an option for them. If you are going to achieve excellence in big things, you develop the habit in little matters. Excellence is not an exception. It is a prevailing attitude.
Yes, 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 yes. Let me say a special hello to all the WZYE 95.9 FM listeners. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, it's in the village with Uncle Tommy, Professor Wall Street, and you on WZYE 95.9 FM. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, you know we come to you every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. That's every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. And as we always say, ladies and gentlemen, as soon as you get in, share the live, WZYE 95.9 FM on Facebook. Subscribe. WZYE TV and YouTube. And you can reach us here at 973-868-1444. That's 973-868-1444 or 973-609-6509. That's 973-609-6509. And this is how we start the thing.
It have our place, WZYE, where they treat you like friends and family. So if you're looking for a place to belong, going WZYE, you could come along. If you have haste, do come with me. We do have dad on WZYE, Santa Meditate.
And of course, folks, as the resident love doctor himself, they call him on Dr. Loveboy. He hasn't been with us in a little bit, but you know, one of the originals.
Welcome to WZYE TV 95.9 FM. We come to you every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. And on Sunday from 1 to 4 p.m. on Let's Talk Politics. Like, share and subscribe to keep up to date with reality affecting your life, and as we always say, we bring the truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth.
And of course, that's our good boy Caribbean Soul. Yeah, the man himself.
You're tuned to WZYE, the heartbeat of unfiltered truth. We're more than a station, we're a movement, grounded in facts, driven by integrity, committed to progress. We don't chase headlines, we create them. Decoding politics and current affairs to question power, not cozy up to it. From Laventille to Scarborough, whether you're in your living room or your commute, this is where perspectives collide, divides dissolve, and tomorrow's conversations start today. WZYE. We originate, not imitate.
And of course, ladies and gentlemen, we do mean that. We do mean that. We originate, we don't imitate. We bring you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And we don't just talk that, but, you know, we put it in an audio for you as well. Take a listen.
Ansam LeBon and Marshall Nesbitt solemnly swear to conduct this radio program in a true, fair, and balanced manner, ensuring that all perspectives are given equal consideration and that the information presented is objective and unbiased. We pledge to provide a platform where diverse voices can be heard, fostering open and constructive dialogue that serves the best interests of our audience and community. Our commitment is to uphold the principles of journalistic integrity and ethical broadcasting throughout the duration of this program. Thank you.
And of course, you know, only a few people will say that we don't do that. And you know those people, those are PNM people. Yes, those are PNM people. Tommy.
Those are people who are sworn to red tricks.
Yeah, Tommy. Them is people who want into plenty red trick. Yeah? They only like red tricks. They didn't want red trick, you know. They want red trick.
But a good evening to you, Professor. And how was your day, sir?
My day was splendiferous, tremendous, marvelous, splentastic, splentacular, fantabulous, and wonderfulicious.
That's fabulous. And I
Yeah,
thank the Most High for keeping you safe and keeping me safe and making us
correct
get.
inside. Told me how to tell you, man. Every day I wake up is a great day.
Yep.
Every day above dirt is a great day. You know?
We have to be grateful,
Yeah.
thankful.
You have to be thankful and grateful. But before we get sidetracked on me, let me go to the chatter because next thing people go say we talking about people used to get upset when we talk about food. They get upset when we talk about church. People want to know if we have a church service. It's all kind of thing, eh? But let me go back to the chat. First thing, hey, the boy VS boy. Wap wap. VS inside early today, boy. Early o'clock, He pip Mr. Intellectual, boy. But Mr. Intellectual used to come first a lot. He ain't coming first these days.
Competition is stiff.
Yeah, the competition is stiff, boy. When is the last time Caribbean Soul come first?
It's been a minute, but he's done it several times.
Eh? I only remember once. You remember more than that?
I think he's done it more than once. He would verify that
Eh,
in a
all right.
minute.
Twice. Done it twice. All right, twice. Mr. Intellectual said, blessed evening, Pro Uncle T and all villagers. Hope you all are having a marvelous Monday with all the fireworks in the parliament. Tommy, I had to say something, eh? I listened to Joel Sampson. Is Joel Sampson his name? Let me get that fella a round of applause, eh? I had to get that fella a round of applause. For his maiden voyage in the parliament, eat it out the park. I know why that thing they say.
I don't know why that happened.
Huh?
I said I don't know why that just happened there, but
Yeah, I don't know. But let me give him a round of applause, eh? Yeah, that fella deserves a round of applause for his maiden voyage in the parliament. Tommy, he missed a beat, The man in miss a beat, boy. Whoever doing research for him did a splendiferous job. Yeah.
some guys know how to go about doing their work the right way.
Yeah. He didn't seem like if he was a rookie at all. But you know something, eh? I used to hear, well, no, I didn't never really used to hear. I used to look at the Parliament channel that much, to be honest with you. But a few times I hear Shamfa Kojo and what's the next one called?
Anna Webster Roy.
Yeah, Anna Webster Roy. That fella make them look like them in the minor leagues and he in the major leagues. And he was just waiting to get called up. Like in baseball, it has been in minor league and then they just call you up. He was just waiting to get called up. And the people of Tobago finally decided, we don't want no more amateurs in here. We're getting rid of all the amateurs and we're bringing in professionals. And they kicked two of them out. Yeah, they kicked them out. Caribbean Soul, welcome. Caribbean Soul Volsang like Usain Bolt, boy. Way. Usain Bolt.
I know we focus on Trinidad, but a lot of is happening in the world that makes the world a very uncomfortable place today. Would you agree?
Yeah, I wonder if it's my wife, boy. My wife was saying to me, I wonder how Aisha Wells feel now that she had stated that she was supporting Trump because it was a war under Trump. My wife asked me that, eh? I don't know. I don't know if Aisha Wells could recall her making that statement. If Aisha Wells could recall herself making that statement. But when it was the election time, that was what she was saying. So, I mean,
Her son is in the military. She said.
right. They said her son was in the military. Yeah, So, boy, war. War doesn't really. What does war result in, Tommy? What's the result of a war?
Remember Edwin Starr had a song back in the 60s? War. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing.
Correct.
Sing
Correct.
sing it again. War. What is it good for?
Yeah. Why are we fighting wars? Why? And think about this, Tommy. We digressing again. Think about this. It have some people in some PNM people in Trinidad and Tobago was talking the nonsensical dotishology, foolishology, stupidology, and madology about, oh, tell the Prime Minister Kamala Prasad to cool it because we going to end up in war with Venezuela. Them serious? Them serious? No. But I think they were serious, Tommy.
It feels that way, right?
You think we're going to end up in war with Venezuela?
We come like Israel to Iran.
Yeah. What were we ending up in Venezuela?
I don't know, but sometimes some people think things.
No. Yeah, I hear you. But you know what that is too, Tommy? That is because they're trying to defend the PNM that take a whooping in the last election. And it's all kind of Tommy, you know, they exploding, you know? Yeah, they
imploding. They imploding.
No, they exploding. They exploding, I'm telling you.
I don't think it's gonna affect the UNC, so that's why I say it's imploding.
Yeah. Let's take this call. Caller, welcome. Caller, it says you're connecting. I wonder if that's the same thing happening again. Well, I gotta get my fix to this phone, eh? This isn't making no sense. Let me take off this phone and put it back on.
If it don't make sense, it don't make dollars.
Yeah, Tommy. Time I to get a new phone. UNC I'm proud, you gotta wait. You gotta wait for my phone to come back on. Because
yeah, but I was saying they're imploding.
Yeah, I just feel like it didn't really make no sense that we go into war because all we do is lose lives. You know, and you know the thing about it there, Tommy? Think about it. If we go to war with Venezuela, a lot of them PNM people, them running and hiding. Them really not up for fighting a war for the country. Them not up for that.
But if we go to war with Venezuela, it have a big brother who want to buy the fight.
Yeah, the big brother, you want to buy that fight bad. You understand? You want to buy that fight? Yeah,
fight for sale.
Vol, blessed evening. You whoop him today. Soul taken in the Senate. The village community center switched for a while. The crew on the Senate chat. Yeah, that is all right, man. And if the man lick you up, hold on, man. I don't know what's going on with this phone. Every single time this phone. Tommy, let me do this for a minute. Tommy, take it for a minute, then. Let me just do something here with this phone.
Yeah, well, me taking it for a minute is to talk about what is happening in the world today. I mean, our world is Trinidad and Tobago, and we think a lot of what's happening in Trinidad and Tobago, but in the real world, or should I say in the big world, the open world, it's becoming very dangerous as the US join with its partner Israel to fight Iran. Now we have to be thinking about which other nations are looking to align themselves with Iran. This can be very ugly. As a matter of fact, if we don't watch it and it gets out of hand, it can become world conflict number 3. So we have to be aware and prepare. One way or another, we have to think it through as to what we're going to do when it comes down, when our backs against the wall, because if this continues, it's going to be inevitable that we're all going to be affected in this world. Yes, there's a positive. The price of oil probably could go up, and we can get some additional earnings. But then there's the downside. So we have to be aware and we have to be thoughtful as to what we're going to do to insulate ourselves from a serious world conflict.
Yeah, Tommy, I hear you. I don't get this. My phone gets so much. I'm gonna select this too and delete this. I'm gonna delete that too. I just had to update my phone. It gets so much.
You have a cleaner on it?
Nah. Oh, that good?
That's how I manage my phone.
What kind of what the cleaner you just use?
It's an app called. Let me tell you the name of the app.
So, folks, just give me a minute, eh?
The app's name is Phone Cleaner. But let me see if I can get more
specific. What's that called?
It says Phone Cleaner, but I'm not sure if I can tell you specifically what else it says.
All right, so let me do this, Tommy. Let me play something in the meanwhile. Folks, stick and stay, all right? We'll be right back. Let me play this. Let me play this.
Keep me as the apple of thine eye. Hide me under the shadow of thy wing. O Lord, my Savior. It's so hard to deal with personal struggle.
All right, folks, we are back with you. It's In the Village with Uncle Tommy, Professor Washington, you on WZYE 95.9 FM. I think I fixed part of the problem. Miss Santa Cruz, welcome.
Good night, Wall Street and Uncle Tommy, and to everybody
Good
else.
night.
Good night.
Well, Wall Street, I couldn't wait for you to come on tonight. I don't know how much of the Parliamentary channel you listen to today.
Yeah.
But I want to congratulate Roger Alexander.
The
man was in flight. You see, they underestimated him. But if anybody used to look at beyond the tape, they would know his demeanor, how he speaks, and all this kind of thing, right? I mean, yes, he was a little bit nervous as for his maiden speech in the Parliament, and he had to lay the bill for the I think it was the Commissioner of Police. He had to do it, right? They laugh at him. Marvin come out and he laughed at the man. But today he gave him a good. The only thing Marvin didn't do was to cry. He did not cry, and he may embarrass him. He embarrassed him, right? And give him a good and proper. So all the naysayers who was laughing at Roger Alexander should have listened to him here today. But Wall Street, you know what? It just shocked me. PNM have no moral authority to ever point a finger at the UNC. You hear? They talk about live sport this, live sport that, live sport the other. And today we heard from that minister of sports The feeding frenzy that's going on the trough with those PNMites. And apparently, all the rejected PNMites finding a job in the Ministry of Sport. Laurel Lazama, Anthony Garcia, and the list goes on and on and on. So you see how PNM takes care of their own.
Yep.
That's how PNM take care of their friends, their family, and their finances. Nobody else, right?
Yeah.
When I hear and imagine he telling us about $400,000 was paid over the Easter weekend, each for 2 caravans, and for maxis, I think I know maxis were hired. I wish you would go back to that where he was reading that, and you do your editorial on it. Yeah, man, it was an eye opener. And anybody who want to talk about, oh, we must go back and talk about the PNM, no. It was okay to Keith Rowley and still this present 14 opposition leaders to go back and talk about what it is the UNC did, right? And before I leave Wall Street, I wanted to remind Gordon about something. He said yesterday that the government got back money when I said they spend money and the PNM never got back any. That they got back money from the highway. No, they did not. Right? Rowley fooled the people. He lied to the people of this country when he said, Stuart, you don't have to go to the courts to get this and get it. No. There was a clause built into the contract that should anything happen to the OAS, they would get that money. And what Mrs. Pasabi Sassanem did, they put Dr. Cass Charles as a senator, acting senator that day. And he went to the Senate and he explained how it is that the government got back that money from the OAS. It had nothing to do with the cause. Keith Rowley lied to them. There was a built-in clause. And who put in that clause? Wall Street. It was the UNC government that put that clause there that should anything happen with the OAS, the country will get back that money. They fooled the people from since Rowley started it 3 weeks after Mrs. Pasabi Sessa was in office. Let's say 2010 until up to now, they are still fooling the people. But you know what? Some of us are too intelligent out here for them to fool us. Thanks a lot.
Miss Santa Cruz. Don't forget Miss Santa Cruz, Joel Jack. Oh, Miss Santa Cruz, you're gone. Miss Santa Cruz, don't forget Joel Jack. Joel Jack out at Tobago, Tommy.
Yep.
Anyway. Hey, Ram Narayan, you're welcome. Go ahead. Yo. Hey, something wrong with your phone, man.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, Professor.
Yeah, good night, we hearing you. Good night.
What I want to say,
Yeah.
1 cent penny, Becklesit, and your PNM on healing. They have to take PNM to the church.
You go take them.
PNM to the church.
They go take them.
To the papers.
Yeah. So listen. Yeah. So Tommy, you see, the sad thing is that people didn't realize that everybody gets nervous now, Tommy. Tommy, I ain't gonna lie to you. I went to the World Championships in 2015 in Beijing, in the bird's nest. Right, Tommy? And when you come out on the track, it's thousands and thousands and thousands of people. Right? And it's your first time in that situation. You get nervous. And when you get nervous, you just lose a little few things here and there. And you know, they come down on Roger Alexander. But Roger Alexander is a fella who's been through that type of thing before. You understand? So he didn't bat an eye, and he come back, and I didn't see it. But I was told the man only hitting sixes, boy. It's 6 after 6 after 6 after 6. You know, I was saying fet after fet after fet. It's only 6 after 6. What they go say now?
They can't say nothing. They have to cool it, take that and cool it.
Take that and cool it. Correct is right. That's what I have to do. Yeah. Let me go back to the chat here real quick. Yeah, and I know that Anil Roberts was in a accident over the weekend, and one of the persons in the accident actually passed away. You know, and you know, God was with Anil that day. Caribbean so say, "What should I see Kareem playing tough boy in Parliament? If population voted them out about 2010, yeah, they still continue with that mantra." I know why them fellas and them keep going down that road for. Yeah. And they want to do that. And when we talk about how they mash up the country and left the country in a certain condition, they upset with me? Eh? Reporter, welcome. Reporter. Reporter, you're inside. Hello? Unstable connection. Caller, welcome. Caller. Caller, welcome. Some calls coming through, some calls not coming through. Okay. Sorry about that,
Well, they have this other line here they can try. 973.
You guys can try the other line, the 6509.
973 609
Yeah, let me put it up
6509.
on the screen. Put it up on the screen. Yeah, you can try the 973-609-6509. Let me see something. Let me try something. Sometimes the calls coming through, sometimes the calls ain't coming through. But anyway, folks. Okay.
Hello, good night.
Yeah, caller, welcome. Caller, welcome.
Good night, brother Wall Street.
Good night.
And Uncle Tommy.
Yeah, man. Who is this?
I want to give all y'all thing.
I'm not hearing the caller at all.
Leave office. I want to know, they say the country don't have no money for because they only have money to run the country for 3 days. Where to get that money from to run that country? 3 days. And they want to know where UNC getting the money from now. About the money for 3 days, they say.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, caller. 1 minute. Caller. What's your name and where you calling from? And what is your sobriquet? What we could call you, Sawa?
Anyhow you want to call me.
All right, man. Bless.
So I just want to know where they say they talk to me.
Yeah. No, I was just asking you where you was calling us from.
Huh?
I was just asking you where were you calling us from. But caller, right? So caller, them don't worry. The UNC go find you money. But this is the first time I'm calling now, yeah? Okay, cool. Thank you very
You know,
much.
I wasn't able to hear that caller.
Yeah. Okay, caller. Thanks a lot. Yeah.
Atlam,
Yeah.
something isn't working right. I weren't able to hear that caller.
Okay. Maybe I pop the volume a little bit more. All right. Yeah, the volume all the way up now. I don't touch none of these things. You know. So folks, you know, it's all kind of things we're gonna have coming out of the woodworks, eh? All kind of things coming out of the woodworks. And all right, let me take this voice note. I see a voice note coming here. Let me play this voice.
Wall Street and brother Tommy, good night, my brothers, good night. I feel a voice note might do a better job. And good night to you, Miss Santa Cruz. Miss Santa Cruz, that information where the government at the time got back money from a contract, that was always in the public domain. But what happened when these things take place? The activists and them of the UNC didn't keep up that in the public domain. Was aware of that. There's paid activists and people who close to the UNC and you activists of the UNC. You all have to be very careful around this time because the PNM is going to try to resurrect themselves before 6 months in this country. People be aware. One of the main strong arm political move that the political party have to move with is to remove the CPEP contractors by any means necessary. That is a rebuilding position with the root of the country. That is why the PNM does remove people who hold those positions as they return to office. It happened already. Don't end up in problem that you don't want to get yourself in. Use the activists and them in order to mold the party properly against that propaganda machinery that the PNM is going to operate with. Wall Street, because of the phone contact, I sent a voice note to make sure that you all hear what I'm saying. And to the PNM people, remember, you all are in the opposition. Remember, this administration ain't called one budget yet. Remember, they are moving on what you left there. So don't feel they come with a bag of goodies. They were working with what the state's supposed to have, the way you were always spending money. It had to have money, but you always mismanaging and squandering the money. Why we not listening to the areas that the government say that the PNM was spending heavy money? We're not listening to that at all. Good night, Trinidad and Tobago and the world.
Reporter, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I have another voice note.
Yeah, good evening again. Well, sometimes you start light. Yeah. Santa Cruz talking about the parliament and so on. They see me, partner? I'm not putting no voice command radio in my vehicles. None of them. I'm not doing it. Not doing it. Because a partner of mine putting voice command radio in his vehicle. He going down the road. And a man run across in front of the car. No? He slam brakes because he didn't want to bounce the man. And he tell the man, you stupid hour. You know the radio tune, the station to the Parliament channel? Right?
Ansel?
Yeah.
What was that?
I don't know. You know?
I would not have asked if I knew what was going on.
Hold on there. I don't know what that was. Hold on.
You stupid or what?
Huh?
You stupid or what?
Oh God. Okay, hold on there. Just a minute. Hold on. Use the first man to get that here on WZYE 95.9 FM. I don't know. Caribbean Soul, could you translate what that fella just said here, please? Because I don't understand what he said. Tommy, did you?
I don't want to ask any question.
Was it supposed to be a joke? Was it?
Well, you give the man the name Joseph.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? Come on,
You are responsible for that.
Correct is right. I take full responsibility. Semantic 62 says, good evening, Professor Wall Street and Uncle Tommy. Tommy Mohammed says, look, this man they call Gordon Maloney, to come on the program to only talk nonsense. Mr. Florida, welcome.
Mr. Hanson, Tommy, good evening to all the callers on the Texas. Everybody live happens to everybody here this Monday. Another time going as our call back. For everybody, the that man they call Gordon Joseph, do not kick a dog when you're small. You see the outcome?
Oh Lord.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. That is funny. Oh God. Yeah. So you know, only if a forensic audit is done into all the public ledgers now, we'll figure out how much the P&M have stolen. Volsang said this man go bring flies to the program. Just now with that BS. Man already bring flies already. Gaza Trini, welcome. Blessing Wall Street and Uncle Tommy. Yeah. What the heaven foreign reporter is saying? This kind of things were promised before the election without knowing what was in the cupboard. Yeah, Lucky Lal, you're right, you know. That was supposed to be a joke. You know what? I go laugh at that joke tomorrow. Bitcoin, welcome. Yeah, you have a minute.
When I don't come in Professor Wall Street.
Yeah.
Well, what you gonna do, boy? Gordon Dryden, Maloney, other talking Maloney. All the other leave him to talk it. Right?
Yeah.
So he's a comic relief. I was listening to Pink Clip Dominic Romain, right? Pink Clip Dominic Romain say he coming today to deal with the UNC, right? He gonna start up from 2010 to 2015. That's the rhetoric they coming with. And they're saying if the UNC they take the measures, then take between 2015 and 2025. That's how the country will not be in a state. Really, boy? He said if they didn't implement the property tax and this and the other, and by rocks so yeah, boy, all they cause a lot of hardship for the people. But they're still going back and blaming the UNC. And you know Pink Clip Dominic was on our board too?
Of course he was on our board. He was on the
right.
The Trump some kind of trust board. Yeah.
Right.
He was on our board.
All of them eating our food, they could talk. The man in the street not eating food like them. So before he become a PNM representative, he was eating our food too. Yeah. He and the fake pastor, all of them eating our food, but the fake pastor wouldn't come out and say so.
Yeah. We gotta go for the break.
He can blow out the water if he come and say that.
We gotta go for the break.
He didn't have nothing. But them eating at the trough. All of them.
We gotta go for the break, right? Bitcoin. We got call back.
All right.
All right, man. Bless. Yeah. So, folks, it's In the Village with Uncle Tommy, Professor Wall Street, and you. We're going to take that quick break, and we'll be right back after this. Stick and stay. It's In the Village with Uncle Tommy, Professor Wall Street, and you. Don't forget, folks, share the live, WZYE 95.9 FM on Facebook. Subscribe. WZYE TV on YouTube. And you can reach us here at 973-868-1444. That's 973-868-1444.
Also at 973-609-6509. 973-609-6509. And as the professor said, share the live. Get the numbers
We'll be right back.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM.
You're tuned to WZYE, the heartbeat of unfiltered truth. We're more than a station, we're a movement, grounded in facts, driven by integrity, committed to progress. We don't chase headlines, we create them. Decoding politics and current affairs to question power, not cozy up to it. From Laventille to Scarborough, whether you're in your living room or your commute, this is where perspectives collide. Divides dissolve, and tomorrow's conversations start today. WZYE. We originate, not imitate.
Fire! 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 Fire!
We are back with you. It's In the Village with Uncle Tommy, Professor Wall Street, and you. On WZYE 95.9 FM. We come to you every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. That's every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. Don't forget, folks, share the live, WZYE 95.9 FM on Facebook. Subscribe, WZYE TV and YouTube. And you can reach us here at 973-868-1444. That's 973-868-1444.
Also at 973-609-6509. At 973-609-6509. As the professor said, share the live. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Let's get the numbers up.
So listen to the lies that Dominic Domain telling the people, trying to pull over on the people. Yeah? Take a listen.
They come to the parliament to the same supplementation to request money to get their back pay. As Colin member pointed out to them. Is the member saying he's not aware that this request for supplementation is to pay the members of the government, then opposition, their back pay? They want it. We don't want it. We don't want the increase. We say we don't want it. We don't support it. But one of the first acts that you did, within 7 weeks, less than 2 months of coming into office, you come to the parliament for supplementation to get the back pay for this from the same increase you say you didn't want, that you were not interested in. You want your back pay. They're not willing to wait until September, October, when the substantive budget is ready. No, we want it now. Rowley say you don't like.
You know, it's interesting, eh? These fellas have made themselves look so bad, eh? You know, the right place for him to raise this is in the parliament, but you know he ain't gonna raise it because you know they're gonna shut him down. You know he gonna get shut down, so he could come out here to lie to the people on them. That's what them fellas and them doing, you know. You forget what Brian Manning did when he had was a shot, he gets shut down too. You understand? So it's rhetorics all around. But no, the people not buying that no more. Dominic Domain, they ain't buying that no more. They ain't buying all their lies no more. Or they could come out and lie as much as they want. That's why they vote all you out, because they wasn't believing all your lies. You remember? The former Prime Minister said he was giving 1 million to the divers. Remember that? Dominic Domain. You remember? The former Prime Minister said he was putting 100 million into the urban communities in Trinidad and Tobago. You remember that? Well, I mean, I'd rather go with the Petrochin one. But, all you remember that? Only remember, same Brian Manning came to the population and told the population Trinidad and Tobago have one of the lowest property tax in the Western Hemisphere. Yeah. You remember that, Dominic Domain? Just recently, Brian Manning in the Parliament again says Trinidad and Tobago, it was what? The only investment grade country in the Caribbean. Remember that, Tommy?
Yep. Lie, Mattel.
Another lie. So all you know, whenever the PNM come and tell you all something, you know it's a bunch of lies. And it's our next lie I hear it perpetrating about 100,000. I have an editorial on that to 100,000 PNM voters stayed home. That is another lie. That is a lie. That is a big lie. So all the PNM could do is perpetrate lie after lie after lie, and hopefully they are good at using the spaghetti theory. Hopefully they throw it up on the wall, and hopefully something will stick. Not just wrong, fella. Not just wrong. Not just wrong.
Lie.
You want your money? No. You work for your money. No talk about 10%. No talk about back pay for public servants, but they come to the parliament to bring a motion for supplementation so they could get their back pay that they didn't want. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. Right? The longer they take to talk about the 10%, all you went on advocate and tapping camera. Yes. Back pay. Millions in back pay coming. Them going to get.
I paid for my own.
No, them guys are so disingenuous. Tommy, I want to be sure. Isn't the SRC was the one that made the decision, and the excuse that the past government made, that was like, well, they made it, and there's nothing we could do about it.
That's
and
correct.
if they make a decision, what could have been done about it? But you know, they're blaming the UNC now. They want to blame the UNC now. You think they're easy? They ain't easy, you know, but they're good at this blame game, you know. They're very good at this blame game. You see this propaganda machine they have? And Tommy, let me play the audio because I don't think I downloaded the video. Let me see if I have the audio. I think I have the audio. I have the video, but I didn't download it as yet. I want to play something. Hold on. I want you guys to listen to Marvelous Marvin. Listen to Marvelous Marvin. Is this it here? Here it is. Here it is. Listen to Marvelous Marvin. I want you to listen carefully. Listen. Because when I tell you guys about the propaganda machine of the PNM, what did I say? Oh, Wall Street don't know what you're talking about. Wall Street only talking about that because of the hate for the PNM. Wall Street and Tom only talking about the hate for the PNM. But I want you all to listen to this. This is Marvelous Marvin talking. Listen.
That the PNM has found itself in, as the gentleman would have said rightly. Dr. Eric Williams, many years ago, said that every single member of the PNM is a propagandist of the PNM.
Tommy?
Yep.
Did you hear that?
Confessions are good for the soul.
Let me play that again, because sometimes people doesn't hear or they doesn't hear it right. I told you guys there's a propaganda room in Balizi House. Look, Marvelous Marvin confirming. Yes? Take a listen.
That the PNM has found itself in, as the gentleman would have said rightly. Dr. Eric Williams, many years ago, said that every single member of the PNM is a propagandist of the PNM. And one of the first things I will do as your new chairman is to ensure that the propagandists of the PNM must be deployed on every nook and every cranny.
All you hear that?
Yep.
You know what? At least, Tommy, they're admitting that Their foundation is based on propaganda. You understand?
Absolutely.
Holy call. Let me finish this. Let me finish this. Okay? Holy call. Let me finish this. I want to finish this. Listen to this guy. This is Marvelous Marvin.
Propagandists of the PNM must be deployed on every nook and every cranny of this country, and we will chase them away on social media, and that the gospel of the PNM must be known to every single citizen of this country. That the PNM has.
You hear that?
Yep.
That is Marvelous Marvin.
Confessions are great for the soul.
Yep. Marvelous Marvin.
So the populace could act like they didn't know.
Propaganda. Tell me, you come out and says, yeah, they have a propagandist machine.
He said every member of the PNM is a propagandist.
You think it's easy? Anyway, let me play some voice notes here. Okay, let me take this call. Financial Guru, welcome.
Yeah, good night, Professor. Let me turn this down. Hold on a second, because I don't want to have any freak. Professor Wall Street, good night.
Good night,
Uncle Tommy. Good night, everyone.
Good night, sir.
Sure, yeah, so
you call a little low, you know. You could put it up a little bit.
Yeah. You hear me?
Yeah, that better.
You hear me better now?
Yeah.
All right. Yes. So good night, everybody. Good night, Uncle Professor Wall Street. Good night, Uncle Tommy. Good night, everyone. Yes, Professor. I want to be quick, but I want to deal with this propaganda with Dominic Romaine, Con Imbert, Stuart Young, and there's somebody else. And
Faris Awari.
No, somebody else.
Penelope Beckers.
No, it's Brian Manning, Dominic Romaine. Yes, Dominic Romaine. Okay. The same Dominic Romaine, right? The new member. Now, here's what's going on. And I want to read from an extract that I did an analysis. Because what they're doing is, and you're talking, and I pointed, you see how everybody just hit the same notes, right? Because I listened to Dominic Romaine, and he's come, and I noted the same things he's talking about with this need for this propaganda, where PNM is talking about the 3.14 billion deficit. But I want to go to the facts. You see, what will kill the propaganda is that I told you there are 5 Ds for the PNM, which 3 of them I took from the Minister of Finance. They are debt, destruction, dunce, and dent. And I want to add one more, arrogance. The 5 Ds, DDDA, arrogance. Because when Dominic Romaine, who works for financial institutions, they think he is the best thing since sliced bread, and Brian Manning, who is an MBA, works in the Ministry of Finance, Carl Lambert has a degree in economics, but he's a civil engineer by trade. They know, along with Stuart Young, who is a lawyer of no repute, right? He got his CFC via the political process and called the current AG at Duns, John Jeremy, who was in diapers when Mr. Jeremy was practicing. They have to be put into place. So let me deal specifically with 3.14 billion. Professor Wall Street, I did an analysis and I want to read from it. Because every year, the civil engineer, Conan Bird, who destroy our country with the rock star doctor, the geologist who coming back now, you understand? Non-finance experts, they don't have any experience in Wall Street like you or me, right? Don't have no international experience, but got plucked into it and figure they know everything. And when you pull them up, they get annoyed. So let me go to the facts here and bear with me. Professor Wall Street, this is important. Uncle Tommy, this is important because we need to put them on the defense. So over the last 9 to 10 years that Con Imbert was the Minister of Finance, every single year with the exception, and I want people to check it, including Dominic Romaine and Brian Manning and Con Imbert, every single year when they come to do the national budget, which was in September, what will happen was Con Imbert would overestimate overestimate the oil and the gas pricing, which makes up significant part of our revenue. And what did that do? Well, every single year, with the exception of 2022, when we had the Ukraine-Russia war, commodity prices in oil, gas, and petrochemicals went up exorbitantly. So now by doing this is what they do. The core mechanism, and I'm just reading quickly, the initial budget was every October. The Minister of Finance presents the budget to the Parliament based on forecasted revenue, primarily from oil and gas taxes and royalties, and projected expenditure for the upcoming fiscal year. So every fiscal year, since PNM is in power, they make projections. A mid-year review is typically done roughly halfway through the fiscal year. Starting October 1st, the minister, Colmember, reviews actual revenue and collects an expenditure against the budget. This critical point is where the adjustments need to be made. Now, here's the point. The problematic pattern. Please bear with me, Professor Walsh, because this is important. Overestimation of energy revenue. Despite having several months of actual revenue data and eventual price trends, the mid-year review on the call input often maintained or only slightly revised downward the initial full energy revenue forecast. Critics argue these forecasts remained unrealistically high based on observable trends, that is, lower oil, gas, and production shortfalls. What they also did was the underestimation of expenditure, which is what happened here, which is what Dominic Raymond, Stuart Young, and Gatsby Dolly is saying that the UNC should be responsible for after they have been only in power for 7 weeks, Professor Wall Street. So now when they do that, by not making sufficiently downward adjustments to revenue and expenditure, the government presented a picture of the fiscal year that was artificially healthier. Understand what we're doing, what Parliament was doing for free. Let me break it down. By underestimating expenses and overestimating expenditure, it made the fiscal path for Trinidad and Tobago look healthier. But now here's what had happened, why they did it. It was because of politics. Announcing large deficits or severe austerity measures mid-year is politically difficult. Hope for price recovery. What Coleman was trying to do was he was hoping that by a hope and a prayer that in energy prices and production would increase, forecasting challenges. Well, every time he overestimated, he should have adjusted. Revenue dependence. TNT relies on energy revenues, making the entire budget vulnerable. Vulnerable. Now I'm going to stop here. But the last thing I want to point out before I go, how has this always affected Trinidad and Tobago over decades? When he overestimates, what Colmember did is it allowed for him every 9 out of 10 years come back to the Parliament and say, hey, our revenue estimates are off, our expenditure is too high, we have to now borrow. So he has to go to the international capital markets and the local capital markets and borrow. So 9 out of the 10 years, Professor Walsh, with the exception of 2022, Colmember borrowed, and that led to the 145 billion at a B forecasted debt level we have. Secondly, it allowed for Colmember to go in 10 times into the Heritage and Stabilization Fund and withdraw 17 billion at a B Trinidad and Tobago dollars. That's 2.5 billion US approximately. Now, Professor Walsh, I'm going to leave with this. If Colmember and Keith Rowley and Stuart Young and Niall Godfrey-Dolly and Brand Mine have a brain to deal with, that's why I say the 5 Ds and A, they would have diversified the economy earlier, revised the expenditure, so now we wouldn't have to be dipping into the Heritage and Stabilization Fund, and that Heritage and Stabilization Fund, Professor Wall Street, would have grown to about 12 billion, because if you take 2.5 billion and you extrapolate that with the returns on Wall Street, that Heritage and Stabilization Fund would have been at 12 billion. I'm going to stop here, but
Thank
we
you.
have to stop and let these people know it ain't going to be like 1986, where when the NAR came into power, Professor Wall Street, you and Uncle Tommy was there. I was there working in the
All right, leave it there, leave it there, leave it there.
I'm going to leave with this.
Leave it there.
We cannot allow this to go on.
All right.
I will come back in tomorrow and deal with tax avoidance and tax evasion. Another PNM propaganda that they don't even know. Have a good night.
All right,
Uncle
man.
Tommy. Have a good night, Professor Wall
Thank
Street. Have a good night, everyone. Good night.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
For me, you have any
Yes.
voice?
Bitcoin has one here.
Pink clip Dominic Cutler, you know. I wouldn't believe nothing that man said. Because you know what? He ain't gonna say that the PNM people and members would be benefiting from that same back pay, you know. You only trying to say it's only UNC people that don't go benefit from that back pay. Just think and nasty little lie. Now I go be the pink clip Dominic. Rock so yeah, pink clip.
One more.
Good evening. Good evening again, Mr. Hanson. Good evening, Mr. Tommy, and everyone. Mr. Hanson, I can see clearly now the rain has gone, Madam Speaker. The economy is booming, Madam Speaker. Right? And that is what Colin would say to them.
Yep.
And then make pigtail. You could buy. Then the next one say coal pot and don't eat macaroni pie. But they ain't the designer clothes. You see, PNM could make a budget of $100 billion, $50 billion, $10 billion, nothing for the people. And it takes them too long to realize that 10 years. You see, when Mr. Manning was in office, Mr. Manning, who he think, you know, his hand was in the cookie jar too, but he still give to the people. This takes 10 years. I get nothing. Having a budget of over $50 billion every year, and they expect nothing. And Mr. Hanson, Mr. Tommy, you saw wicked Rowdy is. Why look even his brother in politics now? That man who they just play. The man who you just played before. Look at no, not the video you played with the guy who was talking about the one to get the money now, Nani. Look at
Dominic.
brother. And that is his name, but I Rowdy brother.
Dominic Romain.
Yeah, because and we always say he's the blackest man in Trinidad, but yeah, that fella ain't too far back. Look on listen, Mr. Hanson, Mr. Government. Yeah.
Another voicemail. Voice note. You ready for it? Answer now.
Professor Walsh, good night to you. Good night to you, Uncle Tommy. What a rainy day in Trinidad here. Uncle Tommy and Professor Wall Street. Rain.
Yep.
Professor Wall Street, this ex-minister Foster Cummins must answer key questions. Now, the things that revealing in Parliament, Foster Cummins and all the ministers on them. Now, these is not things revealing that the UNC MP went and write down something. These things revealing from the past PS office on them, these information on them coming from. So it will be 98% factual information coming from the PS, from those ministry office on them. Professor Walsh, you see the amount of wastage. You see how these people on them wasting our money? And our money could I be spending to the future of this country? It is sad to see that and how these PNM people then now Well, I wouldn't fight Dominic because I don't think he even qualified to make was 95.9 screen. He qualified yet to reach the screen. I would say he's a waste of political spumalism right now. He fit to be in the screen. But
Go ahead, Quincy.
because Parliament privilege. Yeah. And yes, and what he's doing is abusing Parliament privilege. That is what they're doing there. That is why I say they shouldn't even he qualify to make news yet. And was 95.9. He qualify yet to make that. But people like Foster comments. Well, yeah, waste of spumalism. Political spumalism.
Wall Street, you're talking about. I'm not hearing it.
So I hit you on Caribbean Soul rating there. I make you on Caribbean Soul rating. All right. Well, anyway, that copywriter, you can't use it too much. That copywriter. But it's amazing. It's amazing to see these people who's speaking, them become 10 times richer. That 10 years there was an officer. And them speaking, it's a bombshells to dropping. Them speaking about little children and things. Professor Wall Street, you are not living in Trinidad and citizens of this country for 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024. You know, it had a child report. Every year there's a child report on Professor Wall Street in the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. Every year that for 5-6 years, the PNM keep back that children report. From you know what the statistic of the children report? 7 out of every 10 babies in this country undernourished. 7 out of 10. 7 out of every 10 children. Professor, you know what statistic that is really? That is the all them children and Trinidad and Tobago hungry. Or the Faris Alwari and the ministers and them children have something to eat. That statistic that they're revealing over there, it is not something that them write. It is something that government investigate on, NGOs investigate on, and they come up with them finding. And they bring it to the government and for them to bring it in Parliament and reveal them facts. And the PNM keep hiding back them report on them. Why would you hide something like that? Why would you not bring something like that and be a responsible government to assist the future of this country? No them caring about children. No, when you hear in the PNM or in opposition now speaking and asking questions about this child and that child, they never care about the first thing. But I like that clip you played just now with Marvelous Mava.
Yeah.
The PNM going to go in every social media and they have a propaganda machine. They're going to spread propaganda throughout Trinidad and Tobago. But yet still penny have he over there.
COP, I don't understand.
So that is
I don't understand.
That is the responsibility of
how you could come to the public
listen.
And tell the public you want all the PNM people to be propagandists. You don't want them to bring accurate information, or no? You want them to bring propaganda. Really, what? Really?
You see the vocabulary
that come out sometimes, some of the vocabulary that come out from some of the LGBT organization, we just wouldn't take them on. We just wouldn't take them on. It has some things come out from the LGBT organization. I will say, yeah, boys, them they have good business idea and thing. But probably this member, what he's saying about it, I'm not going to take on that member at all, and I'm going to leave it right there. Have a good night.
Oh God. You're being easy, boy. Let me play some voice notes here. You have a voice note there, Tommy?
Yeah, let's hear what this guy is saying. This guy.
Yeah. But Jose, I feel you should not even be the last person to talk about life. Honestly, I'm telling you the truth. You should talk about everything else. Talk about other things. Now we talk about the moon. Now we talk about the stars. Now we talk about the fish in the sea and so on. Now we talk about the politics of, trying to see how we can get Trinidad and Tobago in a better place without pelting more at somebody else. I feel that's the better place to go. Because you and I know, and your brother and my brother, what go on with you and I. You and I know how you going down, Trump going down, anti-Trump, going down, anti-Trump. We listen to you, we look at you. You understand? We hear what you were not saying. And then after when Trump wins, it have a name for that. It have a name for that. Feel that name is not adequate, the one that comes to mind. Flip, flop. The same thing. You're going down with,
That's so disingenuous. That's not
you're
true.
not for that stand your ground. You prefer and you call the name of the other one. Right? You're not for that. But then when the woman come now and she getting some traction from those close to her and others, then you flip across so, but you end up flopping because you start to go down with that too. You start to go, oh, but you can't be a bag standing up in the wind without anything in it, because wherever the wind blows, that's where you will end up. You understand what I'm saying? You've got to put something in the bag. You've got to put something in the bag. All right? And Dominic and this fellow, well qualified. I listen to them. And you have to decipher, you have to take apart what they're saying, right? To see what has validity and what you can say, oh, nah, that's just politics. Nah, that's just, you understand what I'm saying? But you can't throw away everything. When Mrs. B says that, I'm not throwing away everything, partner. That lady quoted some scripture there that were very, very pertinent, relevant, and oh gosh, so realistic. If you want to go forward, you have to learn how to get rid of the past. Yeah, only look back at the past to see how far you've come from. You understand? And while you're going forward, there might be those that you will meet, like Joseph, that you could say, I know you meant this for evil, but God meant this for my good. So I will not render evil for evil. Hey, we fix this thing now, man. Come now, man. It ought to be mud for mud. It could be love for mud. Try it now.
Oh boy.
Let me go to the next voice note here.
Good night, Mr. Warshit and Uncle Tommy. Mr. Warshit, you got to get the contribution from Philip Watts. That man dropped some bomb there with Foster coming with a lot of corruption. And this fella, Dominic Roman, the speaker had to shut it down multiple times not too long. That man start from 2015, going back to 2010. That was his whole contribution. This man feel he's still on the YouTube channel, He forget he in Parliament and people listening. And that is the reason why the population vote the PNM out, because they get fed up of hearing this 2010 to 2015 mantra.
Hold on, we got next one.
Good night, Mr. Warshit and Uncle Tommy. Mr. Warshit, I couldn't translate what Gordon said, but Gordon did tell me at time that he does mind horse, right? And he tell me that day he horse gets sick and he get in the hospital. And that time he tell me how he was naked. So I asked him why, he tell me how the jockey fall off.
Oh, God. I'm going to play that one again.
Good night, Mr. Washita. Tommy, Mr. Washita couldn't translate what Gordon said, but Gordon did tell me at time that he does mind horse, right? And he tell me that day he horse gets sick and he can't in the hospital. All that time he tell me how he was naked. So I asked him why, he tell me how the jockey fall off.
Oh, God. Oh.
Bitcoin have a voicemail here, a voice note here. You want to hear it?
Right, take it.
Good evening again, Professor Washington. Now, I see this children life fund business going to the Senate, which with regards to the minister, the head minister having oversight over it, right, for special cases. And people like Amy Brown and Farris are already in the PNM stooges there, saying that them don't like that. So the minister shouldn't have the right to do them things. They need more control. Well, let me tell them something. If in their jurisdiction, when Baby Miracle, right, had she problems, and this sitting minister, which should be Terrence, but I had the oversight to grant that money for that child and give the child the money, the child would be alive today. But all they didn't have that, all they had the people going through all kind of hop, skip, and jump and all kind of ring that to get that money. And when they find the child dead, or they run quick and give the people on them the money that they needed. All the time, they piddling on the thumbs, and they know that child's life was in danger. Or they too wicked PNM, that Baby Miracle life is on all you. You understand? I agree the minister should have oversight in case of special cases to speed it up if needs be. But all they too wicked, all they say they care about children, all they care about them dying. Baby Miracle life is and blood is on all your hand, especially you, Paris. So you were sitting minister for that area when the man with the proposal to get your assistance. And it didn't help nobody at all. All that millions of them making. Or they wouldn't give nobody nothing. After all that money for the children, life for income from their pocket anyway, because or they don't care about nobody children. Have a good day, gentlemen.
Thank you. So, folks, I want to play. Let me play this. I want to play the audio of Joe Sampson maiden speech in Parliament. I'll play part of it for you guys. Let me play part of it. Hold on, let me see here. Okay, is it this one here? Let me play this one here. I think this is it.
Can I invite you, member, to begin your presentation?
This is Joel Sampson from Tobago.
Mr. Speaker, I thank you. I thank you for this opportunity to present in this honorable house. Mr. Speaker, I also want to congratulate you on your ascension to the position of Mr. Speaker. I wish you all the best in your tenure. I also want to thank the people of Tobago West.
Can I invite you, member, to begin your presentation?
Mr. Speaker, I thank you. I thank you for this opportunity to present in this honorable house. Mr. Speaker, I also want to congratulate you on your ascension to the position of Mr. Speaker, and I wish you all the best in your tenure. I also want to thank the people of Tobago West and by extension, the people of Tobago for reposing their confidence in me to represent them in this honorable house. Mr. Speaker, allow me to rewind to when this debate got started, to treat with some utterances made by the member for San Fernando East, who almost lost his seat. That the members of Parliament for Tobago East and Tobago West are anything but silent. We will speak with our actions and not our mouths. I wish to say to the goodly member that I will not stand here as my predecessor and arrogantly state it is we time now. Instead, I will remind all and sundry that this is the time, finally after 10 years, that it is the people of Trinidad and Tobago's time. I also want to let the member know that silence is golden, because if he could go back to the elections and the utterances and all the words that were thrown by my predecessor and how I was silent, and she stated, appear not see, appear and meet me, not see has appeared today.
So there you have it, folks. Joel Sampson, boy. The man start off with a bang, Tommy.
Yep.
He start off with a bang, and the fella was differs. Tremendous, marvelous, fantastic, spectacular, wonderful, delicious, fantabulous, all of that put in one. For a rookie, the man was excellent, boy. Excellent. Yeah, but folks, let me play this for you guys. Listen to this. I want you guys to listen to what they are saying about Foster Goins. Listen to it, yeah? Because to me,
yes. I didn't hear a word you said, but Tommy, because Tommy and you said nothing else.
Say that again, Tommy.
Yeah, I didn't hear what you said to me. You said because Tommy and I didn't hear anything else after that.
Oh no, I was gonna say that. Hold on, let me take this call. KFC, welcome. KFC.
Hi, good night, Mr. What's your Uncle Tommy, man?
What's happening?
How you doing, brother?
I did, man. I was taking in the Parliament channel and I hear my MP, the show on fire.
Yeah, boy. Yeah.
Yeah, I was taking them people. But the don't play Mr. Sampson, they who not get any foot wet. He was on fire too, you know.
Boy, he was a boss, man. The man, you know. I sit down there listening to the fella. I said, but wait now, boy, he's a rookie, right? Nah.
Rookie. He know what going on for the last 10 years under the PNM, you know.
Man, do your homework too.
But in
Whoever
the Parliament now, you can explore yourself and say the wickedness and the evil of the PNM that literally put for the last 9-10 years.
Boy, and it's stats after stats after stats after
I see you're going to
stats.
play a video before start comments there.
Yeah. I want to listen to this one. Listen to Foster Goins. Listen to this, folks. Listener.
Ex-Minister Foster Cummings must answer key questions on the Youth Agriculture Homestead Program. Minister launches probe into youth farming program. Where are the homesteads? Agriculture Minister Ravi Rataram has launched a probe into the Youth in Agriculture Homestead Program, YAHP, accusing the former People's National Movement, PNM administration of misleading hundreds of young people with promises of land, homes, and funding that never materialized. The initiative, launched under former Youth Development and National Service Minister Foster Cummings, was expected to produce 1,000 new farmers. But according to Rataram, not a single promise was fulfilled, and the starter homes are nowhere to be seen, although monies had been allocated. Speaking to reporters at a seedling distribution event hosted by San Fernando West MP Dr. Michael Dowleth on Saturday, Rataram accused Cummings of misleading young people by offering promises that were never fulfilled. What I can say about that program and what I can say about the PNM, you know, we always say PNM promises never materialize, Rataram said. It is so sad that they have used the youths of our country for personal political gains within the PNM. It backfired in their face, and the public saw straight through their false promises and the false narrative that they've peddled. The program, he said, promised each participant a 2-acre plot of agricultural land, a $20,000 grant, and a starter home. But Ratiram said there is no visible sign that the promises were kept, as he has yet to find any sign that the infrastructure necessary for the program was initiated to any serious degree. They have gotten youths involved in that program, promising these youths a 2-acre parcel, promising these youths $20,000 upon completion of their program and a starter home, Ratiram said. Can you tell me how many starter homes have been constructed? We are looking for these starter homes. Where are the starter homes that they promised the youths? He added, how many parcels of agricultural land have been surveyed and allocated or designated for these core homes? We are looking for it. Ratiram said he has formally requested a briefing on the program from the Permanent Secretary, PS, in the ministry. We are still yet to go through that entire brief with the PS from that ministry and our ministry so that we can see how best we can bridge the gap in the false promises that have been peddled to the youths of this country, he explained. He said the aim is not to scrap the program, but to evaluate and reassess it to ensure it can be restructured into a meaningful initiative. We do not lose hope, but we reevaluate, reassess that entire program so that we can really deliver something meaningful to the youths of our country. Asked if any homesteads were being developed in areas like Chatham, Ratiram said, until we get the brief and we look at it, we will then be able to make a better pronouncement on it. For now, what I can say is that we are looking for the data, we are looking for the information, we are looking for the starter homes. We're not seeing any starter homes. Cummings responds. Speaking to Guardian Media yesterday, Cummings said the Homestead program was started in Chatham. We announced very openly and clearly that the pilot program for the Homestead program is Chatham. Everybody knows that. We had a big launch. We distributed 100 and something lots there. There are houses under construction there for the Homestead. It is well known. So I don't know who may have misinformed the minister, but that is a fact, that the program started in Chatham, and there are several hundred acres of land currently under development in Chatham for that program. When told that the houses were supposed to have been completed in December, as stated by him, Cummings, in an interview last year, he responded, it's a process. We now have procurement legislation. The Land Settlement Agency, LSA, was the agency that government approved to conduct that particular process. It's a program, but they have to go through their procurement processes. Ministers don't award contracts, and therefore we have to wait on the LSA to complete their procurement process. He added, the program was launched and we gave out licenses to occupy. That's why I told you I'm going to make a comprehensive statement of this on Monday, today. We gave out licenses to occupy for about 100 and something homes, and the LSA would have started the process of recruiting contractors through their procurement process to construct the homes. Some have already been constructed in phases. We have given out to some people while I was still in office, and Cummings said while the current government continues an audit of the program, he is hopeful the project will be completed. More on YAPH. Last September, Cummings told Guardian Media that by the end of 2024, 175 young farmers would be granted access to 2-acre plots in Chatham, with each plot valued at over $500,000. At that time, Cummings said the Land Settlement Agency would also construct 176 starter homes, each valued at $242,571 for participants. During a visit to the Chatham site in September 2024, Guardian Media observed military guards, one excavator, and a single container, but no active construction was taking place. At that time, Cummings had said then that the program was progressing well. He said the Chatham site would have featured full infrastructure, including water systems, electricity, drainage, retail, and recreational spaces, and a 5-acre model farm equipped with hydroponic systems, shade houses, and livestock facilities to support modern agricultural training. Additional homesteads were also expected to be developed in La Gloria Estate, Carlisle Estate, Talparo, and Toco.
Tommy, you know,
Yeah.
the life of me, man, I cannot understand why them fellas and them come to the public and lie so often, boy.
They will
Why,
get away
Tommy?
with it
Why? Is the
because they
and
can
when
get away with it.
And when we say these things were election gimmicks, right? They used to go after us. Yeah? Lies and lies and lies and lie upon lie. You go there now, you barely seen anything there. All these promises, and the Prime Minister is right. PNM promises never materialize. They never materialize. They promise you over and over and over. And they keep promising. But you know even worse, Tommy? You know what even worse? The supporters of the PNM who's suffering peacefully at that point in time, all
And
these promises were made.
And echoing the promises.
Yeah, correct. You ever hear them talk anything about the 100 million where Prime Minister Rowley promised them in the urban cities in Trinidad and Tobago?
That's a secret.
You ever hear that? Defender, welcome.
Blessed night, Uncle Tommy and Professor Walsheet.
Yeah.
Walsheet,
Yeah.
I want to bring up 2 points, right? But I wasn't tuning in yesterday, and I tuned in a little late today, so I don't know if you're touching it, but I need to put a little thought towards it.
Okay.
I want to start off by telling the Honorable Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, thank you. Thank you for seeing that the people on the lower end of the economic ladder need a little breather. And I saw something over the weekend that made me know that this Prime Minister is for the people. Well, should you ever hear this word called rock hard cement? This company?
Yes. Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Rock hard cement came to Trinidad and Tobago, and they started to provide a cheaper cement for the population.
Correct.
Well, shit, when they do a test on the cement, it was, if not same, it was stronger than TCL cement.
Right.
Wall Street, you know what is wicked, evil, heartless, vindictive,
conniving, immoral, vile, malicious, nefarious, diabolical, heinous.
Diabolical. You
Yes.
go ahead, Wall Street. You go ahead.
Iniquitous, unscrupulous, dastardly, vindictive former PNM government.
Did to this rock hard cement?
Yeah.
Wall Street duties on rock hard cement of 900%.
Correct. Yep. Yep.
They told rock hard cement they could only bring in a certain amount of cement per month or whatever.
Yeah.
Wall Street, they took rock hard cement to court. Till rock hard cement decided, hey, I can't take no more. And they pick up the bag and they went to Guyana and made a blast. So it left TCL to take advantage of the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. I saw slow going in Wall Street, but it's really touching it.
Yeah.
Wall Street, how much a bag of cement in Trinidad and Tobago right now as we speak?
Nah, how much?
$60-something.
Good.
Wall Street, I remember when you take $100 and go to the hardware and buy 3 bags of cement. Wall Street, you really go to the hardware with $100 now, you have 1 bag of cement to work with. With the wisdom and the love for people, our Honorable Prime Minister and our government gave rock hard cement the nod to return to Trinidad and Tobago.
Correct.
And Wall Street, before I go on, I need you to give the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago a round of applause before I continue my contribution.
Yeah, man. All right, let me do that right now. Don't stay right there.
I will wait.
Stay right there. Wait. You go get it, man. You're getting it right now. It ain't going nowhere. the Prime Minister getting plenty
So
round of applause.
I'm going to continue now.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Candidates of us no longer. They'll have competition, so they have to be competitive.
Yep.
Next topic, watch them go fast on this one here. Mr. Michael Anderson, I think that's his name. Mr. Michael Anderson, is that his name? Watch it?
Yeah. We addressed that big time yesterday. We addressed that.
Well, I want to put my 2 cents.
Yeah, put your 2 cents.
Because I thought it upset me.
Yeah.
Mr. Michael Anderson, in the godly words of the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, the former Hall, you want more labor on board? The labor minister is an ex PSA member.
Yeah.
The minister in the Ministry of Energy is a labor union representative. The minister in the Ministry of Public Utilities.
Yes.
Next, ex-labor union representative. Where's your labor to go? Labor was the biggest voice in this government. So the Prime Minister made it clear that labor is going to be an integral part of our government. So, Mr. Michael, as I said, you want to be recognized. So we put to talk about you. Watch it. Enjoy it before I said the cost of your program.
No cost. Yeah, man. No cost. Tommy, let me quickly give you guys a little bit about what Defender was talking about. This is an article in the Express. Rockhart Cement is back and is promising to offer cost-effective cement while challenging Trinidad Cement Limited monopoly in this country. Speaking to Express via telephone yesterday. Yeah, Defender.
Well, should I forget one more thing again?
Go ahead.
When he went on the Prime Minister.
You what?
With the wisdom of our Prime Minister.
Yeah.
It was just announced that the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, I don't know if you saw it,
no, I didn't see it.
Instructed not to change and leave the textbooks from last year to be reused in 2026.
That's a round of applause for that.
Yeah. Let me get our next round of applause. Hold on.
And next round of applause.
No, that is significant. And listen, Defender, those are the type of things that reduce the amount of black people living below the poverty line. Because there are more money in their pockets. There are more money in their pockets. And this is not a UNC thing. This is for everybody who are kids. They're not UNC thing.
If we be honest, the UNC people are more money than the Africans. Them really benefiting from that. Yeah. The poor black African. What should you see the comments? People thanking the Prime Minister.
Yes.
What should that people will defend that other government, when they do all kind of wickedness, and they would not come out now and say, boy, that was a good move by the Prime Minister, but what should I line, boy? What should every day I wake up, I feel a renewed hope that our country is going to be in a better place.
Correct.
Especially for the next 5 years.
Yeah, man.
I'm going to go to the break.
Yeah, man. And Tommy, I'm an academic too, and I know what books cost, Tommy. Tommy, sometimes these days a book in school costs about $300-400. You could get a book. I remember my daughter never bought a new book. She bought many used books. And it does cost a lot of money. And that is how you help black people living below the poverty line. And to reduce the amount of them living below the poverty line, because now they have more money to spend. You understand? But let's take that break. Folks, It's In the Village with Uncle Tommy, Professor Washington, and you on WZYE 95.9 FM. We come to you every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. Every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. Folks, stick and stay. Let's take that break. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM.
Welcome to WZYE TV 95.9 FM. We come to you every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. And on Sunday from 1 to 4 p.m. on Let's Talk Politics. Like, share and subscribe to keep up to date with reality affecting your life, and as we always say, we bring the truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth.
You're tuned to WZYE, the heartbeat of unfiltered truth. We're more than a station, we're a movement, grounded in facts, driven by integrity, committed to progress. We don't chase headlines, we create them. Decoding politics and current affairs to question power, not cozy up to it. From Laventille to Scarborough, whether you're in your living room or your commute, this is where perspectives collide, divides dissolve, and tomorrow's conversations start today. WZYE. We originate, not imitate.
And of course, we are back with you. It's In the Village with Uncle Tommy, Professor Washington, and you on WZYE 95.9 FM. We come to you every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m.
Fire! 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 Fire!
Caller, hold on. Don't forget, we come to you every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. Don't forget, folks, share the live. WZYE 95.9 FM on Facebook. Subscribe. WZYE TV on YouTube. And you can reach us here at 973-868-1444. That's 973-868-1444.
Also at 973-609-6509. 973-609-6509. Share the live, as the professor said.
Mr. Florida, go ahead.
Hey, Mr. Ansem, I love that intro. That's nice.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Ansem, yeah, I like it. That's real nice. Whoever did that, 100.
Yeah. Give yourself 100 then. Give yourself 100.
Huh?
Give yourself 100.
No, that one with the diaspora thing with that real nice. That one you played, the last one. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the transitions and them they use. Yeah. So Mr. Ansem, Mr. Tommy, you see how simple things must change people's life?
Correct, man.
Yep.
Correct.
When the defender now call and say, with the books, you know much people gonna sleep a little bit easier tonight?
Boy. And listen, every single day, it continues to prove when UNC win, everybody wins.
Everybody wins.
Everybody wins. Miss Kamala, the Prime Minister didn't sit down and say, well, if you could use your book again next year, that only applies to UNC kids or UNC students. She never sit down and said that. She said, how could I benefit the people of Trinidad and Tobago? Okay, students, parents, or they could still use the same book from last year, this year, or last semester. You'd rather go and put out $300-400 or over $1,000 to go and buy them different books. Because if you have more than one kid in school, it's money.
If there is money,
If you have 3 kids, that is less money you have to spend.
But they had to go and take a loan to buy books for children and must answer them, especially children going to college.
Think it easy.
You're talking about over $10,000 for children who go in college. And now simple things, and now she bring back the Honorable Prime Minister, the Honorable Prime Minister bringing back rock hard. So now people can afford to buy cement job on their house, repairs.
Correct.
This is what all people want. People want the cost of living to be down.
To be managed.
Able to do stuff that they don't cost an arm and a leg. And I would like to see Miss Dolly face now when she announced that. Because she was there for 5 years and she never did that.
She was a waste of precious time. Waste of space.
Waste of space. Because you're changing the books every term. And yet the children are not doing good. Less and less. It starts off at 40%, then it's gone to 48%, now it's gone to 50-something%, then it's gone to 60%. You're changing the books and the children still ain't doing good. So why change the books?
Yep.
But Mr. Anselm, I hope the papers and everybody write this now because it's time to show them how governance is not difficult. It's caring.
Correct.
Look on listen, Mr. Anselm.
Yes.
Thank you.
UNC and Proud welcome.
A pleasant good night to Uncle Tony and Professor and all the people on the tri-state who listen, and in the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. Uncle Wall Street, you know that Espine, the man who said all
of them
have to go home from Petro Trade, everyone, and don't disturb him.
Yep.
Do you know that it's his shares in TCL? One man, he was, just imagine, he bought so much shares in TCL that he sell part of his interest of shares to the foreigner, the Spanish company, and that's why they have the monopoly on cement in Trinidad. And when run rock hard, run rock hard out of Trinidad to give them the way, right? And just imagine workers in TCL, retirees, can't get the money and the pension thanks to SPNA. And there is, I don't hear what they do. They bring two quality cements, one for $69 and one for $62. A cheap one and an expensive one. A economy and a first class. You ever hear stupidness? But it's PNM governance. And I would like the listeners, especially those who vote for Penny, to know that you see what governance is about? It's the same, all it need from Gaspidoli is to say, same books next year and take a note to cabinet and get it approved for the citizens. Who would benefit? The citizens. But you see, like in the Ministry of Health, all the RHAs, you're hearing how much friends and family was eaten at the trough.
Yep.
Then as the last caller said, he said, where in sports, but Marvin Foster Cummins, the Chatham, you can always talk about it. Just imagine the contractor get paid. And all they do when they pass it by, they paint up and they cut the grass. Now it overgrown in grass and bush. Mama guide to the citizen and I set of spending money. And then you see when I had all the set and reject from the PNM, There them as a feeding frenzy in the Ministry of Sports. There's different consultants are collecting nice handsome salary. And then when they crash the economy, now they're coming to sell the people. They are the angels sent from hell. They do no wrong. But, Professor Wall Street, thank God that the citizens and the people had wake up just in time when they make and I promise keep. And when UNC wins, everybody wins.
Correct.
And that is just like the property tax. When it was exempt, so now people can go and buy their two bricks and build a house or they like it. So you see, but Professor and Uncle Tommy, once again, when UNC win, everybody will now fall back again.
Come on. Thank you, man.
Thank you.
So, folks, let me finish with this article here. Speaking to the Express via telephone yesterday, Managing Director of Rocket Distributors, Ryan Ramhit. All right, let me take this. Go ahead, KFC. KFC.
Hi.
You inside?
Can I Mr. Washington Uncle Tommy again?
Yeah, man.
Mr. Washington, what force with the UNC government, Honorable Congressman Sister. That was the proper governor, you know, Mr. Washington. You see, Rockwell come back. We're gonna go to buy new textbooks again.
And KFC, I want to ask the PNM, what Kamala doing? Where Kamala working? Where Kamala? What's she doing?
Kamala can stay home and work, Mr. Washington.
Listen.
Them nice city buildings and them
Watch.
getting the work done.
Let me say to the Prime Minister, I think you should stay home for the rest of the year and work from home.
Yeah.
I think so.
Work from home.
Yeah. Only go when you have Parliament inside, go down there. Or you have office hours in the opposition office, not the opposition office. You have office hours in the Prime Minister's office, go down there. But other than that, work from home. We're getting too much results. We want you to stay focused.
But the plan the news just crowd building house for 10 years and can't find get to build it. And it's so expensive. We have a company Rocket coming back in, but there's competition now, you know.
Yeah.
So people go build a house, they go back the textbook and they go and buy new textbooks. But Mr. Washington Foster coming up with that program you have. How much people get land, get acre land, and get house and get that 20,000 grand? I want some people calling and tell me who don't know who benefit from that.
Correct. Yep.
We go take a 1 or 2 calls. We open up the lines for them, PNM call and them.
Yeah, I will call you.
Like you call the PNM call and tell me.
Yeah.
A big job that I look to understand.
And this
long live the UNC.
Yeah, man. This
Right.
is for bad men now.
No more.
All right. I go take that one. Go ahead.
Professor Wall Street, what the Honorable Prime Minister really doing is exposing everything that the PNM denies,
correct,
and exposing the wastage,
and the evil and wickedness,
deceitful, callous, and ungrateful. Continue.
Yeah, heinous, unscrupulous, nefarious. I mean, vindictive. Yeah, they're being exposed every single day. And listen to this, COP. All they could be, why Kamala not in Whitehall? She'd rather be in Whitehall or the Prime Minister's residence. Look at work getting done.
I support the Honorable Prime Minister in not going in that Whitehall.
Yeah, stay home.
Don't go over
Don't go there. Because you go get jinxed.
Where male Prime Minister was.
Don't go there.
Evil, deceitful, conniving, vindictive, ungrateful Prime Minister was. That White House is a White House of wickedness and deceit. Why she must go there?
Don't go there.
We don't know what Keith Rowley and all the friends and them do inside there. But Uncle Tommy.
Yes.
For the hit Wall Street a little sort of. 2 years now. I call in this program to get an upload. You know, I never get upload. Let me move and defend that 10 out of 10 for them two topics he bring up there. And when Rockhard was over here, when Rockhard was over here,
I wonder if they need that in the PNM. I wonder if Rockhard in the PNM.
When Rockhard was over here, he used to get 5 bags for $100.
Yeah.
5, because I went and buy that already. 5 bags of cement for $100. And the PNM, they run them for the PNM friends and them.
Yep.
1%. After
the 1%.
They put the install one of them in TCL, and he fired the one who the fire them in Petroleum. He say all.
Yeah, Espine.
Yeah, Espine. Well, that was the TCL man.
Oh,
and then they put them in Petroleum after. Yes.
I didn't know
yes.
that. I didn't know that.
Yes, that is when the OWTU protest against them. Oh. And Rockhard come over here under the People's Partnership. And when the PNM come back in, them don't work Rockhard. Because Rockhard selling cement 5 bags for $100. And TCL, today TCL cement is $73. $73 for down here. And the PNM agree with me paying more when we could have pay less. Yep. Man, get anti-Kamala applaud again for that. Thank you. If you want to give me none, get anti-Kamala.
Yeah, I ain't getting you none, CLP. You ain't getting none. You go get anti-Kamala next upload. Tommy, you know something? COP is the first one call this program and beg for an upload. You know?
Yep.
You notice that?
Yep.
Nobody else can call and beg, man. Oh, God, COP, give me something. We can give me something where somebody go come and say, "Hey, get COP an upload."
Let's hear these voice notes.
You act like I'm paying them, they worry. Yeah, go ahead.
Hi, pleasant evening to you, Uncle Tommy and Professor Wall Street. I'm an ardent listener of the program. I want to make my contribution based on hearing different people speaking, you know. And I'm going to give you all some solid points, right? That's contribution to the program and a keen love of the Prime Minister of empathy and sympathy, a woman that has won the Global Award, right? Just it was about 5 weeks in office, and it was stated that she has been a woman of empathy. So she has already come in with a great legacy, right, in the international community. That is what happened to the opposition. They are called rebel rousers, right? They are a bunch of rebels, right? With one effort to weaponize the government through a propaganda machine. You know, the defeat is like none to this. Let me give you a little example. You have, let's say Cassius Clay, right? Let's say he had no rivals for 3 decades, right? Just to make a point. And then someone would come out of nowhere and defeat him. Now that defeat is so hard to handle that it's not easy to be reigning for so supreme so long. And then you have to put your head in shame now before our audience. While you're saying 1, 2, 3, 4, and you're going down and you can't get up. But that's what happened to the opposition, right? The PNM brigade and its leaders. What has happened? The defeat, they can't handle the defeat. So the only way to match that is to do sweet revenge, right? But notice something, each time they speak, They're putting their foot in their mouth. Right? It reminds me of how they say, whenever a person is found guilty, right, they say you have a right to remain silent. And anything is settled built against you in a court of law. So this is what happened to them. They already been found guilty, and they do have a right to speak. Right? And everything they say is being held against them. Let me give you an old saying. Ever heard it? When bush cut low, snakehead does show. When bush cut low, snakehead does show. You must keep that as a mantra on your program. Let me give you the breakdown to that. The snake in the ball is showing up. All of a sudden, we realized that the Whitehall was a place for a pigsty because Rowley is a big pig. So therefore, you're living in a pigsty very comfortable. And let me tell you why I gave why the people turn against the PNF administration. You see, they was living in the sky and the people living on the ground. Rowanson and Annie was driving in the sky. So he never see the bad road. Right on Richmond Street, right when Ministry of Works is there. Yeah, we could be going on the road and on Edward Street, imagine that. Right? And he's the Minister of Works, and yeah, they live in the sky. That's why the people turn against them. They realize that they don't come down and meet one-on-one with the people. Because they already meet one-on-one with the financiers and the oligarchs and the aristocrats and the diplomats. You see? And the financiers and the friends and family. So that's when they meet one-on-one with not with the people that put them in. So then the people saw it fit to put them out. But now they can't handle the defeat, you see, strong and strong. And this is what causing all this propaganda machine. Right? But what I want to say, I remember that the Speaker of the House in the whole administration, this is a mute Kamala. I don't even remember that. Yeah, this is a mute while she's speaking. And I think the Speaker in the House didn't need to mute them. As they started to garbage and spewing protein by the mouth, we mute them one time, show them the same, do so don't like so. Yeah. So that's my partly contribution now. I will make a next contribution at another point in time. Good night.
Thank you.
This was less than a minute.
I've enjoyed the program. I don't really miss it. So, I want to send some long voice note the other night and only going to listen on. In fact, Sunday going, which was too much. So sorry about that. But I would like to have them played one by one at least, because I have some wonderful contributions I did make. So I don't know if it's possible that I don't send back first one from Sunday. So if that could be played, that would be good. All right. Well, you're doing a grand job, man. As a strong supporter, the woman of empathy, the woman who got the Global Award in 5 weeks. Yeah, it's a woman of empathy. Yeah, I support that. Yes.
Yeah. Tommy?
Yeah, Uncle Tommy and that's on Wall Street here. You ever hear the saying? When push got low, snake head will show. So the snake in the ball is showing up. And the bush got low, and it's at the show the White House is a big sty. And it should not only all the 400 million under to get the finances and all kind of thing. Different rental buildings. Yeah, all this snake head show right now.
Yeah.
So let me finish reading this article here about the rock hard. I want to finish this one here quickly.
Yes.
Ram hits confirmation following sightings of bag bearing the company logo being transported along the Beetham Highway. Yes, we are coming back on the market, Ramit said. However, Ramit could not give a specific time frame for when the cement will be available to consumers, as certain approvals still needs to be finalized. That will be gonna quick thing. We still have to go through all the usual rules and regulation and the normal regulatory bodies. So we still have to go through the TNT Bureau of Standards, where they will be retesting and approving the product. Therefore, I cannot give a definite date for when the product will actually be available on the market, he said. So we are back, Ramit said. The return of Rockart follows the decision by the company to pull out of TNT in September 2021. For me, who was in power in September 2021 in Trinidad? Who was in power?
The red tricks.
Okay. Plight of Rockart. Like many of you, our construction business faced significant challenges prior to 2016 due to the excessive price of cement in Trinidad and the Caribbean. Rockhart Cement was established in order to provide the Caribbean consumers with high quality and affordable cement. As we are grateful that for the past 5 years, we have been able to achieve this goal, Rockhart stated in 2021. Many of you are aware that we have faced continuous challenges from the government of Trinidad. You should say the Express should have said the PNM government. Express, you saying the government of Trinidad. That should be the PNM government, Tommy.
Right.
Many of you are aware that we have faced continuous challenges from the government of Trinidad. That should be the PNM government. Initially, in the form of misclassification, which meant we will charge a higher rate of duty than was legally allowed for our cement. Despite succeeding before the Caribbean Court of Justice, we were immediately faced with 600% rise in import duties to 35% for 2020. Yeah? We fought this and we were again successful. Only for the PNM government, Express, PNM government. What government? You're misleading the people. Tommy, you talk about the fourth estate, you know.
They know exactly what the heck they're doing.
They know what they're doing. If I read in this article and I see the government, it could be the current government. Which government?
You think it's the current government?
Which government? Express all the wicked just like the PNM. I shouldn't even read no more, but I will read more. Only for the government to increase the rate of duty by 900% to 50% at the end of 2020, whilst at the same time imposing a quota limit to us importing only 50,000 tons of cement for 2021, it stated. Wicked, evil, conniving, dastardly, iniquitous, nefarious PNM government. They're wicked. There's no other way to say it.
Well,
how in the world do we want to see the PNM again in government? 40 years. Nothing less than 40 years sitting on the bench. 4 decades. For the 10 years what they do to the people of Trinidad and Tobago, we multiplying that by 4. Yeah. JB,
and that's the 10 years that you monitored. You didn't monitor the years before.
Yeah. JB, welcome. JB. Hello.
Hear me now?
Yeah, we hearing you now. Go ahead.
Okay, I mean, you're talking about rock hard. But what happened to the Quarry and Stanley Park and the refusal of the past government to give them a license? They already give them a professional license, so therefore the THA can't even collect funds from the Quarry and Stanley Park because they refuse to give them a license. The previous government only give them a professional license. They had that whole project at the airport where all the cement was imported from Trinidad when they have a whole quarry in Stanley Park and Tobago, and none of that aggregate was used in building at the airport. So you're talking about the wickedness the PNM did to Barbados company rock hard. But right in Tobago, they was denied, the Tobagoans was denied making some, the THA was denied in terms of making some money from that project. So all over, they did what they had to do to benefit their friends and their financiers who have vested interest in the cement company. So all around, it's not just about Lockhart, it was all around. Thank you very much, fellas.
Yeah, man. Thanks a lot. Yeah, you see, folks. But let me finish, yeah. You all see the evil and wickedness? The evil and wickedness of the PNM? So the blackest man in Trinidad and Tobago was the prime minister to make the rich richer so he could make the poor poorer. And you know the sad thing? Black PNM people like PNM Fox and Gordon Dryden Joseph and Patricia Reed and them sit down there and take it. Just take it and cool it. 26.3% black people living below the poverty line. Move it from 17.3% and increase about 52%. While under Kamala Prasad Processor, she reduced it 12%. And the PNM, all they're talking about, we don't want to see them. We don't want to hear Penny. We don't want to hear Penny Week Beckles. We don't want to hear she. Penelope Week Beckles. We don't want to hear she. She sit down there for 10 years with them. She was right there. And then the rest are losers she bring back in the parliament. Foster Goins, Al-Wari, and all of them. And all of what people to go and vote for. And all they stop that lie. What 100,000 PNM people didn't vote for, yeah? Stop that lie, eh? That is a lie. And I just didn't do the edit. I just haven't put out the editorial yet. Because I run the numbers. All of them just want to throw things out there to see what will stick. And the PNM people go run with that rhetoric. But let me finish with this quickly. Rockart stated then that if had fought the government on both the rate of duty and the imposition of the quota, unfortunately, the combination of a limit on imports of 50,000 tons combined with an import duty of 50% mean that Rockart Distribution Incorporated simply cannot operate in Trinidad. It is with extreme sadness and disappointment, therefore, we have closed our business in Trinidad and will now pursue opportunities in other Caribbean countries until such time as we are afforded equal treatment in our home country, he said. The home country, his own country. He had to run out of his country, go to our next country because of the evil, wicked PNM. This vile, malicious, nefarious, diabolical, heinous, but devious, unscrupulous, iniquitous, conniving, vindictive PNM. That's why we don't hear from them. We don't want to hear them. We don't want to hear all you and Marvelous Marvin. Hear what he's saying? We all you go there and all you is the propagandist for the PNM. When all you go there, only talk propaganda. So that's why all them PNM people on social media and things, all them coming with this propaganda, you know. Here we come with the facts. We don't have time for propaganda. We don't have time for that. Yeah? We don't have time for that. Right? As a matter of fact. Yeah, listen to it.
Welcome to WZYE TV 95.9 FM. We come to you every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. And on Sunday from 1 to 4 p.m. on Let's Talk Politics. Like, share and subscribe to keep up to date with reality affecting your life. And as we always say, we bring the truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth.
And we mean that. We mean that. Yeah, we mean that.
Fire! 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 Fire!
Let me finish with this article for you all. Ramit said that with the change in government following the People's National Movement loss to the United National Congress on April 20th, the company believed it was a good time to re-enter Trinidad and Tobago market. The return of Rockart Cement means that the sole cement supplier, Trinidad Cement Limited, will face competition for the first time since 2021. Since Rockart exited the Trinidad and Tobago market, Trinidad Cement Limited had raised its cement prices 5 times. So think about it. 2021, we in 2025, 4 years. They raised it 5 times. So maybe that'll raise it twice in 1 year. Twice in 1 year. You trying to build a little house for you and your family. A little house. Right? At least. And folks, all these things have to do with the black people living below the poverty line that was increased under the PNM. You know? Well, you have to understand this. You know? And I've asked, give me one socioeconomic statistics in the last 10 years under the PNM where black people are first, second, or third. One statistic. Give me one. So far, nobody could find one. Not even PNM Fox. Not even PNM Fox. As a matter of fact, PNM Fox have a comment here. Oh, you know what? I'll go get to that Caribbean Soul. Caribbean Soul, I heard only 6,000 people came out and voted in that internal election. A very low turnout. But wait now, boy. Other than hear this, I hear there was bid rigging, voter rigging in the PNM election, you know. I said, wait, nah. There were questions whether the PNM internal election was rigged. Folks, I am just, listen to this. I want you all to listen to this. Because they asked the new political leader of the PNM about, and folks, this is not the first time, you know. These are questions that have been asked in the past. All you remember, Marvelous Marvin said about propaganda? Eh? But listen to how them, listen to this. All you listen to this, eh? Let me hear it from, the question is, with the PNM internal election rig? And these questions were being asked over and over, you know. Over and over. Listen.
Yesterday. Can you give us an update, any sort of takeaways as it pertains to it?
Well, same and except for the fact that my entire slate won. So I want to congratulate the membership that came out to vote. I mean, now we have to work on uniting, rebuilding the party, and you know, I'm quite happy.
It's because you're declaring victory. When will the official numbers be?
Yeah, shortly.
All right.
So yeah, nah, them declare victory, and the numbers are out yet. Eh? All you remember what Foster come and say? All you remember that? So it's internal within the PNM and external outside of the PNM when they come to election. Think about it, folks. This came from the political leader, you know. All right.
It went up to the wee hours of this morning, but I'm just saying, yes, that's information.
In light of that, Ms. Beckles, you know, there were reports of irregularities and anomalies with the process.
Want to hear that? Listen, in 2022, some of the same things that happen now happen in 2022. I could tell you that. We not ask. I could tell you, yeah, nothing has changed as far as they are concerned. Nothing has changed. The only thing changed is that there are different people running for different offices in the PNM. That is it. That is it. But everything else stays the same.
The Election Supervisory Committee, they would have been presented with a letter detailing some of those irregularities. What's your response to those irregularities that have been flagged and raised?
Well, listen, I mean, I have been in elections. I've contested many elections in the PNM. And from time to time, you would hear the issue of irregularities. I mean, you would have heard me speak about the importance of modernization of the party. You know, looking at how we address those issues, I mean, I was pretty open about it, that we have some work to do as it relates to that. So I'm looking forward to addressing it. I mean, you know, we have to accept that there have been some shortcomings, and we have to deal with it. And
what does Penelope Week-Beckers mean by shortcomings? Do you mean there's a possibility that the election was rigged? Eh? Is there a possibility of that? Shortcomings? Nah. Well, shortcomings, not short goings. All right. No, let me listen to that again. Listen to this.
As it relates to that. So I'm looking forward to addressing it. I mean, we have to accept that there have been some shortcomings, and we have.
You wrote the party's efforts to unite and to heal.
No, I do not believe that. What I think is, if you don't address it, yes, it will affect it. Thank you. Sure.
General Secretary post.
Well,
I spoke to Mr.
all indications look like a clean sweep for the team, the 1PNM team.
How would you respond to the criticisms being leveled against the Election Supervisory Committee in its handling of the process, whereby several anomalies and irregularities were raised and perhaps not addressed in a timely manner?
We're not at a state of perfection.
You hear that? We are not in a state of perfection. Wait now, wait. If you're having an election, you have an election now for years, and you're not in a state of perfection. Really? Why? Really? Nah.
And therefore, the results, the votes, congratulate everyone who took part in the process. At the end of the day, we move towards rebuilding.
No, that's not true, That's not true. I'm going to read the numbers for you. That's not true. Another lie. That's not true.
And moving forward with the party.
Of course, it will be ratified next Sunday.
Yes, the special convention will be held next Sunday. At that point, all the elected officers will be installed into office.
What's your message for the PNM today, Mr. Cummings?
At this point in time, unity. Let's get together and work together for a stronger PNM.
So, Mr. Arawi, thank you so much for the interview. Yesterday, of course, was the PNM's internal election. We reported on it. We also reported that there were some perhaps instances of anomalies, irregularities. Up to now, do you have an update on it in terms of the final count, what's taken place, and what is your response to the reports of the irregularities, as well as those irregularities being lodged to the Election Supervisory Committee?
Sure. Good morning, and thank you for the questions. Morning, young people. How are you all? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the Parliament. Sorry about that. Here we go again. So, yes. So yesterday was the internal election of the PNM, and it was classic democracy at work. I don't think that there's ever been an election in the history of this country where there aren't anomalies that present themselves. From the perspective of a candidate, I'm not speaking in any official capacity because I was a candidate in the election. I was very pleased with the event. I can tell you that, again, speaking as a candidate, it shows a full victory for the 1PNM slate. And that's just a candidate speaking. Those formal results have not come out yet. And I was very pleased by the volume of turnout in that regard. I think that the need for modernizing the PNM's method is certainly upon us. As you know, I am very much an advocate of digitization and structures, so I expect that to flow. Indeed, I intend to bring forward some tools that I've developed in other places to assist in that, subject, of course, to the rules and regulations. So yesterday, I think, was a good exercise. It takes us to some history-making points. We have the first political leader who is a woman in the PNM after 70 years. Some people I noticed this morning on the radio, some folks were getting it wrong. The poll was conducted yesterday. The convention happens on Sunday. And under our constitution, the executive is sworn in or elected, quote unquote, at the convention. So the poll was taken yesterday in keeping with our precedent of having a one man, one vote spread across the 41 constituencies. So all in all, great exercise. I congratulate everybody that participated in the event. There were some 51 candidates, as you know, which shows that our democracy is very strong. And I'm looking forward to the move ahead now, as our eyes are now focused outside of that electoral process on healing.
All right, enough for them. Yeah? Let me read this for you. Yeah, defender.
What's the line, boy?
Yeah.
The torture we tonight, well, the torture with that last individual.
Yeah.
But anyway,
yeah.
Watch me for the night, and I wanna come with this one too, for conversation. Did you hear about Suzette Martin? Watch it.
Yeah.
So watch it. What was happening all the time that Suzette Martin wasn't being investigated? What changed now?
The government.
Oh, the government changed.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't understand. Thank you.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Okay.
All
right.
So
let me give there are no number here for the COP.
Professor Wall Street and Uncle Tommy.
Yeah, man.
Good night again.
Yeah, man.
Yes, sir.
Professor Wall Street, for 3,000, for 3,000 people to vote in an internal election, that is democracy alive.
Well, I hear it was 6,000 though. I hear it was 6,000.
That is what that 6,000 come from the PNM camp, which is a fabricated lie. They feel shame. They don't want to say 3,000 people vote, and they're using 6,000. That is a lie. Even though 6,000 people vote in a political party where they had 400,000 members and 6,000, that is democracy alive. Eh?
I don't know why. I don't know why you make that.
That man.
I don't know why you make that.
You know why? He sees some. You ever hear in the 10 years in office? You ever hear he tell school children good morning?
No.
He used to hide. Them used to hide and go in a room and put a table and put flowers, buy some expensive flowers and thing, and put it on the table and have news conference in a room with expensive flowers in front. Them never wanted to be around school children and mothers and fathers to tell them morning. You could see that was a sarcastic morning to her. Telling the media, sorry about that. Guys, you see the camera where they say pick up on them they fast. But what he mean by he get to put together some tools to get information. And what tools he put together?
Propaganda machine. A propaganda machine.
Propaganda machine. I only hope he don't have device which part he can still hear people conversation and listen to people and them. I only hope they don't have that device. But it's sad. It's sad. They fail the country, they squander our money, they belittle us, and when we vote them out, they come in with propaganda machine all over the country in radio station and social media platform.
Correct.
Who going to allow propaganda in the social media platform?
No.
Who? Which radio station in Trinidad going to encourage that?
Yep.
No radio station going to encourage that unless you're paying that boy down there. That boy down there. Thank you. We call it name now.
Yeah,
Bye-bye.
no name. Yeah, man. All right, let me give all this some numbers real quick. Penny was unopposed, right? So I guess they don't have no numbers for you. The chairman is Marvin Gonzalez. He had 3,923. Chinoa Allen, who is the mayor of Port of Spain, he had 2,300. That wasn't a whitewash. Vice chairman, Amy Brown, 3,693. Paula Gopi Schoon, 1,903. Lady Vice Chairman, Dr. Nayan Gasby Dolly, 3,907. Donna Cox, 2,317. General Secretary, Foster Cummins, 3,836. Roger Boynes, 2,216. Folks, I can guarantee you, when you look at these numbers, this is the first time I ain't check it, so I'm subject to be checked. This is the first time in history that I know of PNM politics that first place get 3,800 and second place get 2,200 for the general secretary. The assistant general secretary, Patricia Alexis, 3,306. Malika Blair, 2,003. But the treasury was a whitewash. Nal Ramsing get 3,288. Second place was 991. Education officer was a whitewash. 2,698. Second place was 826. Public relations officer was a whitewash. Faris Alataipan, 3,107. Second place was 610. Social media. This is where Dominic Domain went up. Simon the Nosebreaker had 2,406. Dominic Domain had 1,323. You know, you were social media officer previously, Dominic Domain.
Right.
So elections officer, India Parasam, 2,678. Sanjeev Guru, 1,413. Field officer was a whitewash, 2,052. Curtis Shade. Welfare officer was a whitewash, Maxine McMillan, 2,637. Youth officer, Kareem Marcel, was a whitewash, 2,981. The operations officer was a whitewash, Irene Hans, 3,130. And listen to this. The labor relation officer, the winner, Andrew Alves, was 460 votes. Second place, Sinclair O'Neill, 335 votes.
Wow.
And lastly, labor relations officer, Kenneth Dioraj, 2,036 votes. So some of the votes, folks, PNM in big trouble. Yeah. Yeah, Mr. Florida, welcome.
Good evening, Mr. Tommy. Mr. Tommy, and everybody, what do you 100,000 wouldn't vote for election?
I don't know what I'm talking
How
about.
come the 100,000 vote for the internal?
I don't know what I'm talking
And
about.
it says 100,000 PNM?
That's not true. That's not true.
Well, Mr. Anselm, and when it was last internal, how much days it was? How much? 8 days or 9 days, and how much vote demand here?
Yeah, I remember. It was 8 or 9 days. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was 800 votes. 8,000 votes, something. Hey, Mr. Anselm, PNM gone.
Yeah, PNM gone.
You see that? Any have a clip that says sweep and then play that for them.
I go play it. Yeah, man.
I probably wasting too much time on PNM and all.
Folks, put your closing comments in the chat. Put your closing comments in the chat and send your closing voice notes. Put your closing comments in the chat. You see, Tommy, in my estimation, I think that's what happened in 2010, 2015. We let the PNM drive the narrative. You hear what Marvin Gonzalez says? They have a PNM propagandist machine. Kishore,
Yeah,
Good night, Professor Wall Street. Good night, Uncle Tommy.
Yeah.
I want to say very quickly, man, they cheated. They cheated in their own elections. They're done. They're done. Finito. Finish. You know, I wanted to say, Amel Roberts got into an accident over the weekend.
Right.
So I hope he's doing okay.
Yeah, he's doing fine.
You know, yeah. And then another thing, you see, the Minister of Justice today, how they obstruct crime, how PNM obstructed. Come on, man. Like the prosecutors and them could even do their own job. These people are crazy. They run the country down. The crime is high, and they don't want to solve the problem. They're wicked
and evil.
Despicable. Becca's talking about discrepancies. Please, you're cheating. PNM been cheating elections for decades.
You cheat inside and outside.
Yep. All right, guys.
Thank
you have
you.
a great night.
Thank you.
You too. Thanks for the call.
And your closing comments.
I have a voicemail to play.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Voice note, rather. This is Juice.
Blessed night, Professor Wall Street, Uncle Tommy, and the viewers of WZYE. Now, the thing that Kamala understand, at least the principle of washing, of Jesus washing his disciples' feet. You see, as a leader, you're supposed to help your people, right? And that's just it. But PNM, they don't understand that, right? They don't understand that. Everything is for themselves, and they just don't care. The second thing, I just get some news from Benny Johnson that it appears that Iran and Israel have a ceasefire. Trump will go to a ceasefire between Israel and Iran, right? So let me look and see. Let me watch and see what is happening with that. All right.
Thank you.
Anyhow, take care.
Yeah, man, bless. So I just get this from Caribbean Soul. Principals have been instructed to maintain the current list of textbooks for the upcoming academic year, as the Ministry of Education confirmed there will be no changes to the approved list for 25-26. In a statement, the ministry advised both primary and secondary school heads to continue using the same textbooks that were approved and in use during the previous academic year. Dr. Michael Dowlett, Minister of Education, said the measure ensures consistency in teaching and learning resources across all schools. There you have it. There you have it. So when they want to talk, well, they talk now. Talk now. Don't forget, folks, put your closing comments in the chat, send your closing quotes, and send your closing voice notes. Right? When UNC wins,
everybody wins.
Yes, UP.
Professor Walsh,
yo,
when a prime minister could say something like that, to leave the textbook and everything, you know what has happened? What would happen over there? Is that mothers and fathers will have more money in their pocket.
But and they will reduce. That helps with the reduction of people living below the poverty line, man. You have more money in your pocket.
The younger child will get that next book.
Boy.
And them books will stay for generations.
Yep.
That is not something applaudable.
Correct. Yes.
That is not what human being want to see. Why them PNM people them don't want to see them thing? Why they want to see the future of this country frustrated because the school system right now load up with low self-esteem, depression, and anxiety. And it's the same thing with the mothers and fathers and them in this country. Why them don't want some sort of peace and discipline and the resources of the land must be for the future of this country? Why them PNM people them don't want to be that? But what I really call to say, Professor Wall Street, is to get 10 out of 10 for your program tonight. And also ask government ministries, you know, to find help. Plenty people don't know where to go to find help in government ministries.
Yeah.
I want to tell government officials, this is a program where you can advise that, so which part people will know where to go help. If only advertise it on this program. People will know how to get help in social development. People will know how to get a home improvement grant. People will know how to get assistance. This is a program. This is a program where you all can advise that. And let me also say, it had 500, 600, 700 people on YouTube every time this program view live. And when the program finishes, it have 7, 8, 9, 10,000 people view the program, government officials. When I look at mainstream media, I don't see that amount of views. And mainstream media this big advertising. I ask them, government officials, especially social development ministry, and them, because poor people want to know where to go for help. This is a program that can be listening and know where to go for help. Be part of the program, please. Thanks.
Thank you, man. Thank you very much, COP. All right.
Thank you,
Tommy, he get it now. He get it.
Yep.
He get it, Tommy. I'm telling you, he get it. Yeah, he get it. Finally, he get it. All day for Yeah, folks, we're back. It's
You
in the
nailed
village.
it.
DCP Martin under investigation over Brent Thomas arrest. Oh boy. I guess what goes around comes around, boy. Folks, we're gonna take a break. We'll be right back. Stick and stay.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM.
We are back with you. It's in the village with Uncle Tommy, Professor Wall Street, and you on WZYE 95.9 FM. We come to every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. That's every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. Don't forget, folks, tell a friend to tell a friend. Like us on Facebook on WZYE 95.9 FM. Subscribe, WZYE TV and YouTube. And of course, you can always reach us here at 973-868-1444. That's 973-868-1444.
Also 973-609-6509, 973-609-6509.
Thank you, Tommy. Tommy, you have any voice notes you want to clear up there?
Yeah, I have some from Bitcoin here.
Right again, Uncle Tommy and Professor Wall Street. You know, Gatsby Dolly is a shameless person as a minister of education. She should put her head in a barrel of water and keep it there. You understand? You want shameful. Just imagine this present minister of education come out and asking for $20 million to allocate to vulnerable children who was given the go-ahead to receive a grant from the government but get no money for the last year. Ms. Dolly, that's why you have people children suffering. And you, as a minister of education, 20,000 people, vulnerable people, and you talking as such a rubbish about children, you care about them. I tell you, all these things come to light. You make these people go through all kind of assessment, means test and all kind of things. And then you now coming and telling I think we find out, that they never get no grant at all of them for to buy books. Or they wake it outside there, Dolly. I'm going to Uncle Tommy and Professor Wall Street. Professor Wall Street and Uncle Tommy, the reason why Penny want to give you the number is because it's shameless. Even we had just a few hundred people maybe went out and voted in that PNM internal election, you understand? So she's shameless. I want to go out and went and vote, boy. Because he was here wrong yesterday, He should have gone out and voted for the party. You understand? But I tell you as it is. It's shame because there's only a few hundred people went and vote for them. Nothing to talk about. You go tell me you want to wait for a whole week to find out how much people went and voted. That's like that's not a general election. That's not a local election. That's not a school class election. That's a waste of time election under the PNM. About good day, gentlemen.
Hold on, Tommy. Let me take this call. Hold on a minute. Hold on.
I believe the election get rigged. You understand? The PNM internal election was rigged.
Well,
Hi, good night. Yeah, hi, good night, Mr. Social Uncle Tommy to all the viewers, man, who looked on us all over the world. I'll have a blessed night until tomorrow. Me tag you. Mr. Wall Street.
Yo.
Prince Simon. Enjoy that good permanent.
Yeah.
Boy, every time I go past on the bus route and going down the boy, I seen that building lapidated. I know this school, the Prince Simon, the government school, the building the big time, the former UNC government built that school.
Yeah.
I saw that school came out the paint flaking off all kind of thing for the last 9 years. I don't understand that school. Yeah, let me go to them. But minister for them so by.
Yeah, boy. Terrible.
Don't let us state by Mr. Washington by. Every time you don't consider us, so gosh by. And then still go back and go baskets up now. But Mr. Washington, I don't watch them too. Because all the good thing you never come up with this festival doing for 2010 and 2015. They're going to have photo of that, you know.
Yep.
People just like to suffer and like.
Nah, this time gonna be different, man. This time
gonna be different.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we have to be out there right to defend the government because no time propaganda machine coming. Look at that article reading in the paper about Rockall.
Yeah.
Who was the government to run Rockall? Not PNM run them.
Yeah. PNM.
They was the company that said PNM run the plan them, and now that company from right here. That's so.
Yep.
He making money all in Ghana, all over the Caribbean. They're all evil and wicked. The PNM is. Welcome to the honorable conference of the government. Mr. Washington, you know, we get a surprise in Alabama textbooks like we're trying to 15 to 20, 27, 26.
Yeah.
26.
Yep.
I go back more same textbooks.
Yeah, correct.
We're not playing like you're playing fire.
Yes. So folks, here's my closing comment for the night.
As long as your heart is clean, don't fear anything. Let them gossip. Let them lie. Let them plan your downfall in secret. It won't work. It never will. Because when your hands are clean and your heart is right, God fights battles you don't even see. He shuts mouths behind your back and turns their evil plans into your promotion. They throw dirt on your name, but God turns it into soil, so you grow even more. So stay calm. Keep your peace. Don't chase revenge. Don't explain yourself. Don't lower your standards to match their bitterness. Time will expose the truth. Karma will play its part. Shame will sit in their lap when they see you rise. Just stay clean, stay kind, because heaven doesn't forget. And life always returns what people plant. They wished you evil, but all they did was bless you, because a clean heart always wins. Drop amen if you receive this message and join our community for more. God bless you.
From where I sit, this is it. The clock on the wall said that's all. I like to say what I've got to go. Remember, hard work beats talent when talent does not work hard. And for every 60 seconds of anger, you lose 1 minute of happiness. Remember, your circumstances may determine who you are, but you are responsible for who you become. Go ahead, Tommy.
Hunter Thompson says, freedom is something that dies unless it's used. Freedom is something that dies unless it's used. Like I always say, you the man in the mirror, you have to become that change you want to see. However, if you look in that mirror and you don't like what you see, you cannot blame the mirror. Never look down on a person unless you're giving them a hand up. Stay safe, stay cool, stay dry. Love you all. See you tomorrow night. Same channel, same time. Good night. Thank you, and good night.
Yeah. Let me play some voice, no?
Yeah. I want to close off the comments how I started. Because in the Animal Olympics, when it had a race for the 3 frogs, one came third. Yeah. Well, another night of program is about to end. We could sit down with our pen and paper and see what we would have gained, what we would have done to help, because the government need help. The opposition need help. Trinidad and Tobago need help. And the onus is on us to help each other. But we could do other things. We could try to hurt each other. We could try to see how we could make each other suffer. All those we could do, so the choice is ours. But I like Merchant's song. Hey, now the election, bacchanal is over. My choice of words, but same meaning. Let us see now how we can build. All right? We see all kind of nasty things about Maduro, and I don't think any one of them who said those things have any proof that it is so. But because somebody at the top say it, they say it too. Why? Because on this platform, we are familiar with a very normal saying. Fish. Fish. And in the interest of time, I wouldn't finish the rest. But you go finish it for me. All right? I know you want to talk to him. You want to talk to him about gas and oil and thing? Oh God, let me get this thing right now, boy. Eh? Let bygones be bygones and let me work and build this thing now, boy. Instead of only looking forward but walking backwards. Oh gosh, how much time I have to say that? But it's okay for me to always say, pray before you go and sleep. Talk to God. He always want to talk to you too, you know. Yeah. Good night.
Jenny says, good night, Professor and Uncle Tommy. Sorry, typed earlier but didn't send. Many thanks, much appreciated. That's Jenny. Thank you, Jenny. Let's see. This is Narayan here.
Professor Wilfred, Uncle Tommy. I know when I went college in the 60s, I used the same textbook from Form 1 to Form 5. In maths, geography, history, chemistry, physics, biology, name it. We use the same books from Form 1 to Form 5 with very little change. Now in Trinidad, you have to change book every term. So I expect you to learn something proper.
Thank you. Let me see if there's any more. Comrade says, good night, gentlemen. Songs like Snake in the Balize by the Mighty Sparrow. So please play it for them. Neil says, good night, Warshid and Uncle Tommy. Magnificent program, UNC performance. Reporter has a voice note here. Let's see this one.
Wall Street and Tommy, you ever go on the man, try to crack a joke. I heard that joke already, but we'll go already add on parts on it and spoil the joke. It's a joke. It's a joke. With the radio, when you see the radio ball is that wherever it is, it fly to the Parliament channel, you call the Parliament channel is a joke. You understand? But it's a joke, but he add on it, that's why you didn't catch it. You hear that already, Wall Street, you hear that joke already.
Yeah, I go laugh tomorrow at that joke. Dicky says, good night to the village and Washer and Uncle Tommy. Blessings. Okay. That is it for. Okay, let me go to the chat here quickly. Closing comments from the chat. PNM Fox says generic drugs manufactured in India are linked to significantly more severe adverse events for patients who use them than equivalent drugs produced in the United States. Okay. Whatever. Miss Santa Cruz goes in comment. Wall Street have more guts than a calabash to listen to Gordon. Santa Cruz, you know you normally put a nice code there, man. Put a nice code. Monica Ramki soon said, be safe, stay blessed in Jesus' name. Good night, everyone. Batman says, life is like a camera. Just focus on what is important. Capture the good times. Develop from the negatives. And if things don't work out, take another shot. Thank you, Batman. Caribbean Soul says, satisfied life is better than successful life because of our success is measured by others, but our satisfaction is measured by our own soul, mind, and heart. Hey, Caribbean Soul, yeah, but yeah. Jenny says, the will to win, the desire to succeed, the urge to reach your full potential, these are keys that will unlock the door to personal excellence. Good night, all stay blessed. Excellent, Jenny. Yeah. Suzanne Lalchan says, good night, everyone. Have a blessed night and be safe. Lucky Lal says, they have an issue with the PM of India coming here. They're saying as soon as she became PM, she bringing an Indian. Just to do them know he be visiting Argentina and Brazil. And what happened? Dr. Rowley went to Ghana. So what's the big deal? Dr. Rowley went to Ghana. What's the big deal? Well, just stop, eh? Stop it. Stop it. Somebody wanted me to play something. What was that one again, boy? Rajesh says, "Good night, Tommy on Wall Street. Amongst all the adjectives used to describe the previous government, want to add one more. Since Smallpin found his voice to call the AG dunce, I would like to reciprocate the same to all of the opposition." Okay. Somebody wanted me to play a song. I don't remember what it is. Oh, okay, okay. Somebody wanted me to play Shadow Snake Anybody say. Let me see if I can find that real quick. Let me see if I could find that, folks. All right. Have a hard time looking for that. So, folks, we're gonna go to the anthem song, okay? We go do that tomorrow. Here we go. Folks, see you. WZYE time, same channel. Tomorrow, 7 o'clock. We out of here.
Listen closely.
No more rain, no more rain, no more rain, no more rain, no left foot, right foot, again. No more struggle, no more strain, no more pain. We want to see we way, we want a brighter day. No more Rowley again. Bye bye Rowley, bye bye, bye bye Rowley, bye bye. We're not voting for you. We tired of the bloodshed, tired of the taxes, tired of the potholes and all the excuses. Tired of no water, tired of stretching at the law, tired of the high grocery bills. No left foot, right foot, again. No more struggle, no more strain, no more pain. We want to see we way, we want a brighter day. No more Rowley again. Bye bye Rowley, bye bye, bye bye Rowley, bye bye. We're not voting for you. We're tired of the bloodshed, tired of the taxes, tired of the potholes and all the excuses. Tired of no water, tired of stretching a dollar, tired of the high grocery bills. No left foot, right foot, again. No more struggle, no more strain, no more pain. We want to see we way, we want a brighter day. No more Rowley again. Bye bye Rowley, bye bye, bye bye Rowley, bye bye. We're not voting for you. No more rain, 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 no more rain. No left foot, right foot, again. No more struggle, no more strain, no more pain. We want to see we way, we want a brighter day. No more Rowley again. Bye bye Rowley, bye bye, bye bye Rowley, bye bye. We're not voting for you.